Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm so glad I gave you guys a heads up because none of that conversation needed to be public.
Nope.
About
Part of it could have.
No,
Why is it
no,
always my
no, no, no.
conversations?
You know what? Shut up, Bagel. Anyway.
Oh, okay, Bagel. That's fair. But
Bagel's also,
not my conversation.
welcome to Fat Dog. We fuck up. Revan, I don't know what
welcome.
you're talking about. Nothing happened. There was nothing. No.
Oh, you know what?
There wasn't anything.
Nothing happened. You saw nothing.
Nope.
You saw nothing.
The stream started
Nothing.
just as it was supposed to. Don't ask why we're late.
It was all part of plan.
It was.
Yes.
No, actually, what's
According to the
happening is
Keikaku.
what's happening is I hate my fucking keyboard. That's what's happening. It has not been working for me all day long.
See
So,
if that fixes that.
yeah.
There we go. That's
all right. Anyhow, welcome back. We're going to be reading the book. We're back to reading Slime. I know
The holy book.
I know that you guys missed the reading, but we had a lot of fun with golfing last week. So
That was pretty fun.
was a
Oh,
lot of
you
fun.
think that's
A
you think
smoking
that's
golf?
crazy? Sonic and I actually tried out all the shots in the
Oh,
video
yeah.
for both Candyland
Did it work?
and
I
yeah.
kicked butt, actually.
Candyland
we weren't really
and
trying.
the haunted
original one.
haunted place.
Oh no, we did all three then.
Yeah, and then we did Forest just cuz. But
Yeah, we
yeah,
sto- no, we
I
did
saw
Forest first,
Space
then
Station.
Candy, then
There's some
Haunted.
broken shit on Space Station. I'm not okay with that.
Like broken
Like-
mechanically, or
Like this dude was hitting some broken shots, and I'm like, that's not fair. That's just not fair.
I think there was one in the forest level with the with the rotating platform.
Uh-huh.
There was ones like you have to hit this angle when the thing is this particular, like not even like facing you but like perpendicular or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's like you go under the map and you're just in the hole. And I'm like, I did it, and I'm like, I still don't know how. I don't know what
That's
I did. I don't know
funny.
how I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
it.
hole in one that
Using
one
the
too. We
physics
found
engine.
the one that I was talking about where you have to hit like a specific pixel on like one light green square or whatever.
I
It's
never
so
did that.
dumb. It's so dumb. You literally just hit a very precise part on the thing to your right, and it goes under the map and shoots you directly into the hole.
that's funny.
It's so dumb.
So you're basically just abusing the
Oh
physics
no, it
engine.
gets worse. It gets worse.
Oh,
It gets
didn't pass
worse.
it.
No, it gets worse, and Sonic and Moon can attest to this. There is a shot. There is a particular shot. You remember the dining table one in the haunted?
oh, yeah.
With the
Okay.
with the chair.
So
or
here's the funny
catering
thing.
table.
Instead of shooting at the table or any of that stuff, you aim specifically to the side. It knocks your ball into the previous course and into that cup. Hole in one counts.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's funny.
It's
That's
the
right.
dumbest one. I love it. All right. But yeah, let's get to
Now,
the
the
reason why we're
stupidest
here.
thing I'll admit for you, Rich, in particular,
Mm-hmm.
was when you kept hitting that pickle jar, and it's like doesn't count. You got to go back, reset.
Oh no, yeah. It was,
That was
well, it wasn't
stupid.
hitting the pickle jar because it still put me on the green, right next to the damn hole.
It
was like,
never
no, it
did
doesn't
that
count.
with me. Every single
I'm
time
so
made you
mad.
reset.
All right, but that being said,
What?
guys, got a little bit of news. Most of the casting, I would say 80% of the casting for Konosuba Abridged is done, and you guys, you're not gonna believe who we got. It's great. I can't wait to start recording. I've got some pickups I got to do. Got some last minute stuff. We got 4 characters left that need to be cast. I've got one more pickup that I've got to do. Oh, that's right. I've got to contact Sanji. Sanji's the other one that I got to contact. Otherwise, I have him too. Like
I know.
I knew him before
forgot.
you.
We have Discord. We both have Discord. God damn it, my stool.
He voices Gobta for God's sake. Like he's been in Slime since episode like freaking 2. Anyhow, or no, 3. I think it's 3. He was in 3. Because 2 was the "Can we have some noms tonight" thing. Yeah, it's beautiful. All right. Anyway, but yeah, any of you who are gonna be at a KaiCon, you're gonna meet our new Rimuru. That's right, new Rimuru. I have said this publicly a few times. I'll say it again. Kat is unfortunately having to step down as Rimuru. She is able to voice for other roles. She just cannot handle a lead role because time constraints and life and everything. And I don't want to go into all the details about it. That is for her to discuss if she's comfortable with that. So basically life happened and she cannot continue giving Rimuru the amount of time that is necessary for that role. And so I thought we'd have more time, but then I realized Rimuru's in Konosuba, and I'm like, shit!
Yeah.
So I had to like start emergency casting, and we found our Rimuru, and it's really, really good. You're gonna be very happy with it.
They do a good job.
Yeah, I was really, really happy with it, and then Fenris said something, and now I can't unhear something. And thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy.
I'm like half on that,
Thanks,
half on someone else.
I'm really hoping it's a no because that's gonna make stuff really awkward.
Oh, you're hoping for a no. I'm hoping for a yes.
Dude, I know
I
what
don't
she
think- I think
looks
either
like.
way- I think this would be interesting
Maybe
either
for-
way.
I've met
Like,
her in
picture.
person. I've met her in person. I've talked with her. She's an awesome person. I like cards on the table. She's a remarkable person and really, really funny. Really, really interesting. Got a great like. There's a lot of like relatable connections that I have with her is on just a human being level.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's pretty. But that's not the thing I want to focus on. Like she's awesome. And if you're gonna be at a KaiCon, you'll see her. Because she's gonna be there as well. And if we get our panels for a KaiCon, at least for Slime, if we get the Fat Dog panel, we'll have that as well. Dude, if we just get Slime and we don't get Fat Dog, I'm at least showing Konosuba at a Slime panel because technically it's all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really funny. It's gonna be really interesting because now I have to have the sit down with her and explain all of our abridged connected universe because I'm like, you're the main character in this series and you show up in everything. You're really important. So she can act
Is
really well.
solo leveling gonna be part of that or
No, it is separate.
no? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an isekai. If it's like solo leveling is, I wouldn't even say it's an
Yes,
isekai because
not bad.
it all takes place. If you want to say the dungeons are a different world, then that's as far into the isekai territory as you can dip your toe into. But I wouldn't say
Well,
it's an isekai.
I would actually say the portals are the isekai themselves. So it's not us getting isekai'd, it's the portals.
So it's reverse
Mm.
isekai
Dungeons.
based on the monsters. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
That being said, lots of really good stuff going on around there. So yeah, can't wait to introduce her to you all. Panic Baby is our new Rimuru, and you'll also hear her in a very non-Rimuru-esque voice playing another character in Konosuba. And like her audition was so good, I've been sharing it around with all of our directors in Fat Dog because it was really good. I had Shim over here just busting out laughing.
It was funny.
It
She
was
did a
so
great
good.
job.
Yeah, she did great.
Feel
It was so
good.
funny.
She
And
did
that's
a
the,
wonderful job as
Oh
well.
yeah.
And that's just the audition. Like we haven't even gotten to the recording, so I hope you guys are looking forward to it because we really enjoyed
Oh
this.
god, I want to see this so
Very
bad.
much looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Heck, I'm looking forward to meeting her just because she sounds funny based on the way
She is.
talking
She's
to her.
really cool. She's awesome. Panic Baby's awesome. All right.
Oh. Ooh.
Really?
Doing okay there.
I can see chemistry is playing. Really?
See chemistry.
Damn you.
Oh,
Damn you.
Good.
damn you, Raven!
How did they know?
He strikes again.
That was the line.
The funny thing is, the really funny thing is like, yeah, that's actually kind of like, okay, why didn't it show? On my screen, it didn't show. I'm hoping it.
Dave.
Okay, I see the yeah Dave part. But anyway, she did a really good job. She was very funny, and we'll talk more about that as time goes on. Yeah. So I'm just hyping her up because that was awesome. I cannot tell you the even more awesome news. You're just gonna have to wait and get the reveal. That's all. That's all I can say. That having been said, wacky waving inflatable arm flailing time, or what is it? Congregation time.
Wacky
is it
blading,
that time?
inflatable arm flailing, two man.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing congregation time.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the congregation.
That was the warm up.
Yeah, that was the warm up. I was telling y'all to get ready.
Yeah.
I go, is it that time? And literally Dave down
Moon.
here just sits still, you know.
Well, you know I can't shake. I'm gonna shake
Sonic.
my headset off.
You
Come on,
can
shake it off.
I was actually,
Shake it
part of me,
off.
actually, I'm not gonna lie.
Shake
What is
it up.
What is the
Shake it
equivalent
up.
for this of me
Yeah.
taking the knee during the
Jazz
national
hands.
anthem?
Jazz
Jazz
hands.
hands.
Jazz hands. And Fosse. And Fosse. Anyway. Please open your holy books of Remeruism to page 122 of the physical book. If you're on Kindle, Deacon Shim,
Yeah.
whereabouts?
About 42%, sir.
In this
This
wacky
book makes no sense.
Wow, Deacon Shim.
in this wacky ass area
Oh,
of
Kindle is
Kindle,
so
man.
useful.
Locations make no
Comics.
sense in this book.
All right,
Stick
and on
with pages.
Bookwalker, Fenris, you tell us this time.
It sent me all the way back to the beginning.
Okay,
Oh,
Moon.
you lost
Dude.
that.
I don't know.
That would be page 144 for your information.
All right, thank you so much.
Much appreciated.
All right, guys. Now that we've got all that sorted out, we need y'all to do us a big favor. Fenris, can you tell them what that favor is?
If you purchase this book through either Bookwalker or through Kindle, please leave a review saying we sent you, or send an email saying we sent you. It helps us get or increases our chances of getting sponsorships.
And we would like to have a sponsorship because that
Yes.
would make things so much easier.
We'll make it a lot
Help
easier.
Help us get a sponsorship. We'd like to pay our actors.
We'd like to get some bread.
Please,
Keep
sir.
we
Be
like
nice,
to
huh?
keep
May I
doing
have some
these in
more?
the roof of our head. That allows us to do that.
I need to keep my snacks.
I'm gonna tell you what's not
What?
free. Food.
His snacks. He's
Yes.
the patron saint of snackos. He needs to keep his
Yeah.
snacks.
Yes. He's the saint of snackos.
I'd like to be able to afford a couple of Project Melody things. That's all.
Does he deliver to the Death Star? Does Death Star get delivery?
The
Oh,
Death Star
Richie.
canteen. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? They get shipments. You're right.
I'm not sure if you checked the side channel last night, but I posted a cosplay in there that I'm planning on doing for KaiCon and having the
Oh,
pockets full
yeah.
of snacks.
Okay. No, I haven't.
Yes.
I can't check it now because it'll show up on stream. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Shim.
All right. I think we started as we exchange this information,
Yes,
right?
that is where we're
Okay.
at.
So, as we exchanged this information with one another, the party went into full swing. Rieger was crying his eyes out, joyous as he was that we were all safe. Rieger extracted enough funding from Molly Mile to ensure we had plenty of food to go around with all our drinking. And Molly Mile was an eager participant himself, showing off some parlor tricks for the guests. It's always nice to know I have such well-adjusted people working for me. With all the major briefings over, we were a bit more relaxed now. Relaxed and having some serious fun. I don't know. Hold on. I don't know who these three mystic leaders are, but let me at them, and they'll be eating dirt in no time. Great to hear, Benimaru. And really, I could barely recognize him compared to before he set off to battle. Wonder what happened to him. And with me on your side, our next war is guaranteed to end in victory for us. Gabiru was boasting away as what? Oh, that was Gabiru. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I thought
And much
that was,
like Benny
I
Wa-
honestly thought that was Veldora as well,
He does the gwahahaha.
or the
So-
bwahaha. I don't know. Or
Yeah,
kwa-
so, okay.
kwahaha,
I should have read a little further. Anyway, Gabiru was
that I-
boasting away as well. It's okay. Ooh. And much like Benimaru, his boast was backed by a sudden, unexplained boost in his strength. Ooh, so cool, Sir Gabiru. Indeed. You're an even greater man than ever. I'll follow you my whole life. Yeah, I forgot about his hype men. All three of them.
Wait,
Yeah.
I forgot there's 3 or there's 2. I thought there was
There
only
was
2.
3.
Oh, there's
There were
4.
3. No, there were
There's
3.
technically 4.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I only
But there
can
were
think of
3
the
talking
2.
right here.
I'd have to.
His forces were as jubilant over him as always. My brother, please don't get carried away. You nearly got yourself killed this time, didn't you? And all of you realize that heaping all this praise on him is exactly why he gets so full of himself, don't you? Soka wasn't as appreciative of this, but I hoped she'd let it slide for today. Gabiru did do a lot to worry her, though, so I wasn't going to step in and stop her. But that wasn't just me running away from trouble, either. I want to make that very clear. A bigger concern was the dude next to me domineering over the entire crowd. Quah! I understand you got your rear end beaten, Charis. I keep telling you that you need more training. I have no defense, my lord. Quah! No, you'd better not make excuses. Be brave enough of a man to admit your defeat. He already did, dude. And didn't Veldora lose to Belgrin, too? Was he in any position to laugh in people's faces about their losses? Didn't you lose, too? What? What are you talking about, Rimuru? I didn't lose at all. I was just a little out of shape. And he was making excuses about it, too. For all his lecturing Charis, he was barely one to talk either. But my master, oh, hold on. But my master, he couldn't help it. The enemy interfered with him in, the most cowardly way ever. It doesn't count at all. Yes, indeed. Well said there, Ramirez. No, my winning record remains unblemished. They haven't forgotten that Valgren is right
Except
there,
for the bullet hole in his chest.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hold up. I would like to take a minute to remind Veldora about his eldest sister, who one-shots him.
Yeah, the ice dragon.
She flicks him in the forehead. He goes a mile away
Woo! Yeah,
in an instant. He's in the next
they're
county
very strong.
in a blink of an eye.
He is doing the talk shit and going to get hit maneuver. We'll see how it works for
He
him.
got hit,
Plus,
so now he's
Veldora
talking
hasn't
shit.
been isekai'd yet.
Yeah, yeah.
He's about to.
Reborn as a storm dragon from another isekai in another world.
Mm-hmm.
It was
It's just
such
like
an
Vegeta
ugly...
whenever he talks. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I let her break my arm.
Yeah,
No,
basically.
shut up.
It was such ugly excuse making, I thought about bringing it up. I wouldn't have needed to worry so much if Veldora didn't lose, but we all know how that turned out. Charis, I know Veldora can be a pain, but I hope you won't abandon him, okay? Don't worry about that. Sir Veldora is my master now, and I intend to improve myself so I can earn more of his favor.
Oh yeah.
So serious-minded.
How does Veldora explain then if he's like an unblemished winning streak? How does he explain Valentine Luminous shocking the shit out of him
Oh, yeah.
at the end of volume 7?
What are you
How
talking
is-
about?
Yeah.
I let her do that. She's
Yeah, I'll
private.
let her do it. It's
Just
fine.
You, I'm into that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
a
good
loss.
excuse.
It's not a loss. It's a hug. Veldora, I kind of heard you shouting "save you" over and over. Save me, save me, save me. Come on.
Right,
Veldora's
Save
so
them, save
full
them.
of.
Hurt
I
you.
say
Hurt you.
no.
I meant
I-
Save them,
me
save
room
them.
at the
Hurt
dinner
you, hurt
table.
you. I got it.
Yeah. Oh,
The
sorry.
Luminous had the advantage of unyielding rage.
That's true.
All right.
She angy. Yep.
She angy.
Kind of reminds. Oh, so serious-minded. Kind of reminds me of Geld, in fact. That sure went to waste serving someone like Veldora. But still, I was really glad Charis had decided to serve Veldora for me. The party continued on, and with it came a wealth of fine drinks. I was worried we were letting our hair down too much, but I was the only one. My officers, after all, had no problem neutralizing alcohol in their bodies. That made me wonder what the point of drinking was at all then. But, as they put it, they could still enjoy the feeling of inebriation in the way it loosened their tongues. I was the same way, so I decided to not go too deeply down this rabbit hole. All right, Sir Rimuru, allow me to fill you up. Hold on, Diablo. It was my turn next. Diablo and Shion were bickering with each other behind me.
Oh, yeah.
I really had a lot of
Big
trouble
case.
figuring out whether they loved or hated each other. Sorry, what? I got
Fill
sidetracked.
them up. Yeah.
Oh. Well, about that. Hold on.
Yeah, there you go.
I really had a lot of trouble figuring out whether they loved or hated each other. They squabbled over the weirdest of things. Now, quit fighting over pointless matters and have something to drink yourselves, won't you? I'd be happy to. You can't trick me. I fall asleep when I drink, so I'm going to worry about attending to Sir Rimuru first today. Diablo was a wine person, it looked like. I can't speak intelligently about how wine tastes, but yeah, that suited his personality well. As for Shion, well, it wasn't that booze put her to sleep as much as it made her black out drunk. Getting tangled up with other people, causing a scene, you name it. Shuna had to keep a sharp eye on her, and the fact that she remembered none of it afterward made it harder to deal with. I'd usually offer her grape juice at times like these, but if she was abstaining today, that was fine. Actually, looking closer at the two of them, hadn't they gotten stronger too? In fact, all of my top officers had grown in one way or the other, actually. Not just awakened. It was like something else happened to them.
I mean, I'm not saying anything.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm.
One second. The grapes of wrath, you know.
The grapes.
Please stop being
Dionysus
suspicious
with
of me.
Oh, sorry. But, yeah, not even Seal could help people with their evolutions. Oh.
I just provided a bit of a helping hand.
Wait, you did? I really wanted to dive into this, but we were in the middle of a party. If Seal could do that now, it'd still be able to do tomorrow, so let's just enjoy this moment for all we can. So procrastinating on all my problems until the next day, I immersed myself in the feast. All my officers took the next day off. I felt bad for working Rieger and the administrative staff, but I asked them to check on the condition of our city's infrastructure and relay to our citizens what's going on. The city was back on the surface now, but we needed to see if things like the water and sewer system were damaged at all. Once our safety checks were complete, we'd allow evacuees to return to their homes. We had just wrapped up a major war, so I wanted our administration to get the rest it needed. But we also had to consider everyone else's lives as well. Thinking about it, working in government really is like being a slave to the people, isn't it? You have enough problems crop up in normal times, but whenever an emergency come up, time off is the first thing to go on you. Things had gotten easier now that Testarossa and her pals were pitching in with governing, but we still needed to work on finding more personnel. Me? I'm an amateur, of course, so my job's more about reading through our documents and stamping my seal of approval on things. If something seemed like too much for us, I either rejected it or sent it back down to the relevant department for further consideration. That kind of thing. It only worked, really, because I had Seal handle all the detailed explanations for me. If it was only me, this structure would have collapsed long ago. So, while it was the day after a big party, I still had a lot of stuff to check and approve. Regan and his team were busy scurrying around the city, so this way, at least, I wouldn't feel guilty about being lazy. But first, before I got to work, I decided to see how Chloe was doing. The moment I stepped into her room in our medical quarters, our eyes met. Mr. Tempest, Rimuru. You don't have to try so hard to talk like a grown-up. To me, you're the same Chloe you always are. Oh, come on! I know I look like a kid, but I'm every bit as grown-up as you are. In fact, Rimuru, I'm even older than you. I get that, but I don't know. Exteriors do count for a lot. When a total stranger sees me, they apparently think I'm a cute little girl after all. Which was becoming a big hang-up for me. Careless words can really sink ships. That's important to remember. So I told Chloe how happy I was to see her safe, although she was blushing and pouting at me. She reacted by hiding her face in a pillow. Ugh, that's so unfair, Rimuru. How should I be interpreting this?
Unclear. It is a difficult question. Oh, God damn it, no. Unclear. It's a difficult question to answer.
If Seal didn't know, I certainly didn't have a chance either, so I just said, now, to try and assuage Chloe. After waiting a while for her to calm down, I asked for her story, what had happened in the battle and what had resulted from it. Well, I'm perfectly fine, but I can't talk to Cronoa anymore. The ultimate skill Sariel almost went out of control, so she's suppressing it for me. So Michael's rule was influencing her after all. Trying to take over something this precious was all but picking a fight with me. I'd seen Michael as an enemy before, but I didn't think I needed to show any mercy at this point. How do you feel now? I don't know. I can't fully handle Yogg-Sothoth, and Cronoa isn't around to talk to, so I don't really know what's going on. Things sounded more serious than at first glance. I hadn't been relying on Chloe's battle skills from the beginning, but I guess I kidded myself into believing she could defend herself well enough. I rued that thought now, but the way things stood, Chloe's safety took first priority.
As I am now, I have the right to interact with data particles, so I can influence Cronoa as a Manus. If I go into Chloe's spiritual space and invoke Ability Adjust, I could likely remove Michael's influence.
Oh? So Seal could act upon her. Chloe, I think I can improve things for you if I act upon your skill a little. You can't do that, Rimuru. Back then, right at the end, Cronoa told me she couldn't exist independently if I relied on you any longer. Like, if I want to stand hand in hand with that man, I have to get out of this situation by my own power and stuff. And I agree with her too, so I can't have you help me, Mr. Tempest. Chloe stared at me in the eye as she spoke. Her own eyes were sharpened upon me, despite her childish exterior, and I could imagine the beauty they'd have when she was an adult woman. It was more than enough to leave an impression on me. Not that I'm into kids or anything. It's just that Chloe was so incredibly... better stop there. I was going to be following the footsteps of a certain blonde-haired demon lord before long, and that'd be a big downgrade in my book. So I turned my mind elsewhere. Good, as you should.
Yeah.
Don't be Leon. Don't be Leon.
Yeah, don't do that, man. Get out of here.
Hmm.
All right, but if anything comes up, tell me, all right? I'll always be happy to talk things over with you. I patted Chloe on the head. She smiled appreciatively at me and gave me a slight nod. The moment I was back from my visit, Vesta asked to speak with me on an urgent issue. What's up? Thank you for taking the time to see me. I know you must be exhausted by now, but I've received word from King Gazel. Oh, that's right. Vesta popped up his glasses back on his nose. As you likely surmise, he's demanding an explanation for all this. Great. We staged a gigantic war in the backyard, then unceremoniously left without even bothering to clean up. No wonder he was mad at me. We didn't confine this whole deal to my territory after all. We got the Dwarven Kingdom mixed up in it. Yeah, did you sound angry? I'd surmise he wasn't elated about it. No. Vesta wiped the sweat from his brow. I'll bet he was nervous. He had been partying it up with me over beer last night after all, so this was kind of his fault too. I was sure that with all the stuff that we dealt with, he simply didn't have the time to deal with Dwarven matters, and it'd be mean to press him on that. But I was also sure Vesta felt irresponsible for not letting me know sooner. I was the most at fault, but can you send a reply saying I'll explain matters at a later date? I think we'll need to add an acceptable excuse, sir. That's Vesta for you. Sharp as a tack about this stuff. I love how much I can rely on him. Either way, we needed to organize a lot of things before we could give him or anyone else a coherent explanation. The first thing was to work out a schedule for this meeting. For now, I was leaving King Gazel in Vesta's capable hands. Once we had everything worked out, then I'd discuss matters with the king. Now I was on my lunch break, banishing all troublesome issues on my mind.
No, I was on my lunch break. Like,
Yeah.
No, not dealing with your. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you do it. And just block it out. It's fine. No focus on somewhere.
I love the whole thing of
Rimmer,
Slime
like-
is like, no, we talk about the world building, and Reaver is like, what world building?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What are you
World
talking
building? We have
about? I'm
world
just being
building?
lazy. I'm just being
Yeah.
lazy, man. Like,
Could you
It's got, like,
imagine
a
if
whole
Reamer
fucking
was like
fleet.
mid-fight and he's just like battling Veldenava or whatever, and then just
Boy.
hear a little chime, it's like, oh, lunch break, and he just
Yeah. Time out.
falls off.
what?
We're in the middle of Veldora's like.
No. Time out.
No,
Time out.
no.
That's great.
Gotta eat the chicken while it's hot. Time out.
Bro, literally
No,
in the
no,
middle
no.
in the middle of a fight, Veldora started spamming Hadouken and then burst out a Kamehameha. Anything can happen in this show.
It's true though.
He like a little death spawns. It's like, oh, I'm on break.
Like he
Puts the break.
literally was spawning
Close.
Hadoukens, then he did a
Ghost-
Shoryuken,
He
then a
does the
Tatsumaki
clock
Most of
out
the-
thing.
yeah, the
Senpukyaku.
punch clock thing.
Senpukyaku. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. The
puts
Tatsumaki
his hat on,
Senpukyaku
leaves.
then.
yeah.
This is the
he did
hurricane
that.
kick. Yeah.
Spinning bird kick.
That's how he
Like some
travels.
pound kick. Yeah.
He just does that and leaves.
Yeah.
I'd like some pound kick.
Yeah. The woo. It's one of my favorite moves in the game.
Right.
I focus on enjoying my favorite meal of fried karage chicken and yakisoba noodles and sauce. Then the thought occurred to me: what kind of stuff has Seal been up to behind my back? Seal had mentioned last night that it provided a bit of a helping hand, and I thought
Thank
I
you.
needed to work
Appreciate
out. Yeah, no problem.
Uh-huh.
And I thought I needed to work out exactly how much of a hand it was and what exactly it involved. Seal's bit of help could often be far, far more than a bit after all.
Being treated with such suspicion is quite upsetting to me.
So began Seal's testimony. Just as I thought, it had been up to all kinds of nonsense.
Hey!
Yay! First
not-
thing
no,
it did was,
It's not nonsense if it helped us win.
yeah, it's not nonsense if it saves your fucking guys from dying.
Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck up, Reamer. What
You
do
should
know?
be
You know
thanking
nothing.
me.
Yeah, you really
For
should
real.
because you almost got taken over by Michael, Mr.
Yeah.
I have 2 angelic skills. Shut the fuck up.
For real, though. The first thing it did
Uriel,
was
Lord of
upgrade-
Vows, Raphael, Lord
Yes.
of Wisdom.
And Sass.
And Sass.
Yes. The first thing it did was upgrade my skills without permission. That was based on the ultimate skill nah. I can't understand that. Shub Nigerath.
Oh,
Where is it?
Good.
Lord of
Yeah.
Abundance.
Nigurath.
Yeah, there you go. Lord of Abundance.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him Shub Wrath. There you go.
Shub Shub. Supreme.
Better
Shub. There you
Come
go.
to me.
Ultimate skill
That's what I'm gonna
Shub.
say.
Lord of Abundance.
Here's the funny
And
part.
I did.
Here's the
yes.
funny part. We
Yeah.
go from angelic and demonic to eldritch.
Eldritch. It's the
So-
natural progression. It's
So
fine.
Eldritch is more powerful,
Lovecraftian.
apparently.
Yeah, the
Yeah, yeah.
ancient elder forces
And
that
even
he sees
harder
the
to
dawn of the world.
pronounce.
Yeah.
Look, when I start speaking a language that even Gaelic looks at and it's like, what the fuck is that?
Bro, the
Then-
best part,
yeah, I think
the
they're
best
the
part is
next
that
level.
Yeah.
the fact that they put Yogg-Sothoth in there, and I'm just like, it's Yagi. Like, it's,
Wasn't there an
good old
anime with like
Yogg-Sothoth. It's
eldritch
been too
beings? I
long.
could have sworn there was one,
here's the
but
thing.
I'm sure that's
Here's
somewhere.
the thing.
Huh.
Yogg-Sothoth should actually
Mm-hmm.
be the highest form of Raphael. If Raphael is the Lord of Wisdom, Yogg-Sothoth would be above Raphael because Yagi knows everything that exists in all universes.
So it's basically literature's.
It is the Eldritch God. It is the Eldritch
Mm-hmm.
God of knowledge and
Yes.
wisdom.
Mm.
Yeah.
Somebody got that. Somebody understood.
Yagi.
Yagi.
Yagi, as I
Pay
call him.
And I did receive a report about all that. Oh, sorry.
Yogg-Sothoth,
Like a
a.k.a. the
Yeah.
grandfather of Cthulhu.
Yeah, that's true. I forget my eldritch lore sometimes.
Shub-wubba-lub, shub-wubba-dub.
Shub-wubba-lubba-dub. Yeah.
Shub-wubba-lubba-dub-dub.
Yep.
You think he goes up to him like, Grandpa Yagi,
Grandpa
can I control this
Yagi."
planet?" And Yogg-Sothoth's sitting there like,
My little shubby.
yes, son, we've
No,
already
no,
discussed
it's
this.
grandson.
Every other universe. Why can't you
Since
get
it's
it?
since it's
Oh,
his
yes,
grandson,
grandson.
since it's his grandson, he's like, oh, absolutely. Here, have another snack, handsome Earth.
Oh boy!
It's
Yagi's such a doting
grandpa.
grandpa.
Yep.
Like he literally, Yagi's just such a doting grandpa, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Pat, pat.
That is kind of adorable.
So we're starting a new VTuber company, right? We're gonna start a VTuber company
We
where we're
could.
all Eldritch gods.
I'm sure that exists somewhere, but sure.
I love that
God, I
Fenris
do
is like,
care.
Can I be
yeah, okay.
Cthulhu?
I'll be Shub Shub.
You want to be
That's
my
fine.
grandson?
That works.
Okay, I'm done. I'm down.
Sure.
I want to be Yagi. That's who I want to be.
I'm scared who I would be. In
The
this
thing is,
analogy.
I'm going to have two versions of Cthulhu. There's going to be the big scary Cthulhu, and then there's going to be
Yes, I am Cthulhu. What can I do for you, grandfather?
I'm not going to suck your blood.
Ah, the fresh air feels good.
I was doing Swiper.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
he's doing Zoidberg. Yay!
Yeah.
People are paying
The fresh air
attention to
feels
me.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
My father
That
was a
works.
saint. How dare you?
hey, Dandy Dick,
Click.
you missed. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Anyhow,
That
Continuing
was
on.
based on the ultimate skill, Shub Shub, Lord of Abundance, and I did receive a report about all that after the fact. When Velgrin's ability had just wrapped itself up, her skill Ragiel, Lord of Relief, was integrated with the remains of Uriel, Lord of Vows, the essence of both being inherited by Shub Shub. Seal had gone over all that with me, but I was too focused on Velgrin to pay any attention. So I went back over the documentation we had and listened to Seal explain Shub Shub again for me. It was, in a real way, the crystallized result of the bonds I shared with the monsters who served me.
okay. Correction. At that point in time, Rimuru had 3 angelic skills, and if it wasn't for him naming Seal, bam, because he took
Yover.
Raguel from Velgrind.
Oh, yeah, during the time. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I see that. I can't help but think of ragu, the pasta sauce.
I always knew Rimuru was Prego.
Ragu. Raguel.
You know, when he pulled a Kirby, you know.
Yeah.
He do be slurping
hold
it
on.
like spaghetti, man. He'd be slurping
guess
his
I have
enemies
to.
He's like a
spaghetti.
blue
If he's
meatball.
the Lord of Sauce,
He's a
does he know
blue
all the codes?
meatball.
All the
Yeah.
magic codes.
All right.
Um,
Anyway,
Yeah. I guess I had to do this with like, create skill, craft new skills using information taken with food chain or analysis. Copy skill, create a copy of an acquired skill. Grant skill, give a copied skill to a qualified target as a gift. It can also be revoked later. Save skill, digitize an acquired skill, and instantly recreate it. That was the gist of it, at least. Or that was the gist of it. My soul had a limited capacity, so I could only memorize so many skills at one time, it seemed. That's why some of my skills were more attached to my physical body than to my soul, but that type could express themselves only weakly. In my case, I had 4 ultimate skills at once, so I was sure my capacity was pretty close to maxed out.
No, you have actually attained 5, not 4.
Oh, right. I had taken in and analyzed Velgrin, so she'd be the same sort of living thing as Veldora was, and that earned me the new ability Velgrin, Lord of the Flame. Yeah, I was probably way over capacity then. I guess Seal transferred Uriel over to Velgrin because I was filled up.
Yes, exactly. I had no other choice but to optimize your skills as much as I could.
That was astoundingly fishy.
I don't know
Was
what you're talking
Seal... That was the most sass that I've seen in one sentence from them.
Yeah.
It's good. This was astoundingly fishy. Was Seal, actually, I saw this trend back in the Great Sage era even, treating skill collection as a hobby? My space was full right now, but I didn't want to drop anything. Was that why you forced this evolution?
MySpace? You gonna name him Tom next?
Tom.
Tom.
Yep.
Allow me to continue my explanation.
It changed the subject. Not only did turning into Seal make it feel much more human, now it's acting even more like a reckless freak, it seemed. But, no, it's alright. It's okay, isn't it? Please be okay. I prayed to myself as I resolved to trust in Seal. Anyway, as Seal put it, all the many skills taking up needless space in my soul had been dismantled, digitized, and streamlined for peak efficiency, and Shub Shub had been crafted to oversee this process. With this ability, I could now influence all monsters connected to me via Soul Corridor, to be exact, and I could grant them abilities. I think it goes without saying how insane a power this was. Now Seal was using Shub Shub to help a bit with Rimuru and the others. It was hard for me to complain about this, given that we stood a much higher chance of losing if this didn't happen. In fact, I decided to thank Seal.
Oh, well, not at all. I simply acted upon the wishes of my master.
We had talked a lot, but Seal really did help me out. Keep up the good work, I said, thanking it one more time. With that in mind, I now had a better picture of what had happened to everyone. Considering we had enemies like Michael and the Mystic Lord at hand, we needed to build up our powers. But I couldn't dole out my strongest abilities as gifts to just anyone. Too much power in the wrong hands can destroy a person, after all, and I trusted Seal in the choices it made. It was addicted to tinkering with people on extreme levels, I knew, but I didn't think it tried any truly impossible enhancements on anyone. It didn't seem like Seal gifted anyone with skills they couldn't fully use, but I still wanted to confirm that. But as I thought about that, Seal mentioned something out of nowhere.
By the way, my master, we had talked earlier about running ability adjust on you. Would you like me to execute that?
I had totally forgotten, and I could tell Seal was practically dancing around, incredibly eager to push the button. Guess it had come up with even more incredible improvements after fumbling around. He's got like the hand over the button, like, come on.
Do it! I want to press it!
Come on.
Let me push
Yeah.
the button! Let me push the button!
Yeah. If I recall correctly, it talked about integrating the ultimate skill Veldora, Lord of the Storm, with Uriel to create the new ultimate skill Hastur, Lord of the Starwind. But Seal had given Uriel to Velgrin in the meantime, so I suppose this ability adjust would turn out different now. Knowing Seal, it certainly wouldn't be a downgrade. On that topic, I had heard nothing about it, and Seal didn't mention anything, but I was willing to bet it had fully analyzed Ragiel for me by now, right?
Of course.
Thought so. So I basically had 6 ultimate skills then? That and my evolved officers, Jesus Christ. Okay. That and my evolved officers were providing me with power via food chain. No wonder Seal needed Shub Shub to manage all this stuff. Integrating and combining skills certainly seemed like the right thing to do. No point juggling a bunch of skills and not being able to fully exercise them. It looked to me like it'd try to integrate Velgrin, Lord of the Flame, with Beelzebub, Lord of Gluttony, to create something new. I was also wondering what had happened to Raphael, Lord of Wisdom, now that Seal had decoupled itself from it. If Seal said it could optimize this extensive collection of skills it amassed, I had no reason to say no. We weren't at war right then anyway. I didn't see the problem. Okay, let's go through with it.
Acknowledged. Executing with haste.
Wait,
I was just about to say, wait, but it was already too late. He's just like, yeah. Just mashing on the button.
I got the green
Yep.
light. Gotta do it before you
Yeah, as like muffins pop up everywhere. Looking back, but each muffin is like a fucking skill.
skill. So it's like the little screens that pop up in. It's like all the screens that pop up in freaking
Solo leveling.
Solo leveling. Yeah, with it. Yeah, brrr, just a whole shit ton of them. The pop-up windows.
It's a
Oh
bunch
my
of
god.
menus.
Yeah,
No! Don't say it that
That'd be a-
way!
that'd be a great
Well,
edit.
that's another word for that, right?
No, don't!
Mm.
Don't! You know our crazy audience. Don't you say that word.
Yeah, don't say it.
Audience, you
Don't
know
say
what
it.
you're gonna do.
No,
I
you
can
don't
tell
say
you
it.
don't do. I can
Stop.
tell you
Don't
not
say
to
it.
do it, and you're
No.
gonna do it anyway. So
Bad.
Don't stop.
the fact that
Don't
he
worry.
already
Stop
said
right
that,
now.
you know,
No.
I'm not sorry.
Sonic, why are you encouraging this?
Yeah.
I'm not sorry.
God
Well.
damn it! God damn it!
Yep. Well, too late now. It was already too late for here and in here too.
All right, tell me more about Shub Shub.
Okay. Looking back, I'd committed a lot of mistakes in life. Me too. I'd regret them, but then I'd go commit more, never considering the consequences. And here I went again, huh? Why did I give up permission so carelessly like that? I never even checked exactly what kind of fearsome modification Seal would perform on me. I never should have given it carte blanche like that, but Seal already had all its preparations in place, and it pressed the figurative ability adjust button instead of letting me hem and haw over it.
Of course, I'm awesome.
It's true though.
Alright.
I
It's
guess
too
I
late
could
to
just-
stop it now.
I was gonna say,
too
Seal
late. The
brag.
damage is done.
whistling a tune as it went. I think I'm safe in saying that Seal expected all this.
What?
The way
It
I'd
wasn't
casually
me.
give permission.
It was the one-armed Shim.
It's just like, oh hey, me.
Me.
Shub Shem.
Shub Shim.
Shub Shem. Yeah. I got my cameras right there. Yep. Lord. What would that be the Lord of? Lord of all
The Lord of
all
Schmez.
schmez.
The Lord of
Yeah,
Cake.
there you go.
Lord Schmez.
The
There
Lord-
we go.
Yeah, okay. That works.
Yes,
The Lord of Cake. The
Oh,
Lord of
Lord of Cake.
With his never-ending
Shum
bakery.
May his
I worked
bakery
very
never
hard on this.
close.
Maybe full and bountiful and may it never close. Mm.
Lord
Praise the shub.
Shib Shub,
Yep.
Lord of Cake. May his bakery be full and never close.
Be it rain,
Let
sun,
this
sleet,
boy
or
be
hail.
thick.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently
May his
now
wisdom
Reamer's
and
just a
his
spicy
backside be
meatball.
continually thick.
Oh God.
May his backside be bountiful.
Yep.
God damn it. I am
Very good.
regretting every bit of this. Yeah.
That's okay. No worries.
Yeah.
The way I'd casually give information or permission, then immediately try to walk it back in a panic. It had accepted my request with dizzying speed and now was happily at work on it. Like a
Like a
dog with a
panic baby?
biscuit on its gut, basically. Like a panic baby. And now is happily working on it like a dog with a biscuit on its snout who had been waiting an eternity for the go signal. So, without offering another reply, Seal was immersed in its work. I was all but resigned to my fate. I mean, I was sure it'd pull some kind of crazy-ass new results for me, but, well, if Seal was busy, I wasn't going to get anywhere with my government paperwork. Best to turn the page now and concentrate on the other duties.
Okay. Good stuff. Fenris, it's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
While Seal was
Fen.
beavering away, I wanted to engage my top-ranking officers in personal one-on-one discussions.
I hate that term. Beavering away.
Fen. Oh, beavering.
Beavering. It's just like,
Yeah.
really? Really,
Yes.
my guy?
Beavery.
It is
What
kind
does
of
that
funny.
even mean?
I would guess working, but it's kind of a funny term.
I've never heard that term before.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
going
look.
going
Neither
hard
I.
at work or something like
Yeah, I'll go
literally
look.
just you know when you hyper focus on something you just
So you're
just
cooking.
super diligent, not necessarily cooking. You can beaver away something and it not
I'm
be
cooking
good.
with lasers.
Okay, I need sharks with freaking laser beams on their freaking heads.
Mm.
I'm
Seal,
sorry we
get
couldn't
me
use
that! I want that
sharks,
desk
but
on my
we
desk
were
by
able
Monday
to get
morning.
you piranhas, sir.
You know, I'll take piranhas.
Really?
Yeah. To work
Really?
very hard
You
at
know,
something.
I want
Really?
piranhas with the laser beams
Really?
this morning.
Okay.
You know, I have one simple request, and that is to have sharks with frickin' laser beams
Freaking
attached
laser
to their
beams
heads.
attached to their heads.
Really?
Ah, classic.
Really?
Really.
Okay. All right. Anyhow,
Mm,
any hoodle.
beavering.
Beaver.
I sent
Good
Shion
God.
and Diablo out of my room for privacy reasons, and so I was alone for a little while. Shion needed to check on her own troops, so she left without complaint, but Diablo was a brat about it, talking about the need for a guard and whatnot. Finally, I told him, depending on how these conferences turn out, I might relieve you of your secretary duties. Wouldn't Testarossa be much more qualified anyway? She's strong and beautiful, and any secretary slash bodyguard of mine needs to be strong. You see what I mean? That that seemed to get the point across to him, and he left my office in a
Ooh,
hurry.
he going there. Oh boy.
Fucking hell. Yeah,
Mm.
Diablo just got threatened.
Yeah, just
I had no intention of that at all, but he was so susceptible to this kind of talk. I was sure he was desperate. I
oh,
was sure he was desperately staging practice combat with Testarossa and the other evolved demons right now. I doubted he would lose, but it could be a pretty good fight, actually. Losing would be a good lesson for him anyway. He needed to feel in danger some of the time. Now I was going to use this moment to interview my officials. I called Shuna and had her work out the schedule. That evening, I would have them visit this office in order, starting with those freest of obligations. First up was Beretta. I promised we'd have more time to talk later, so I invited him in first. With interviews like these, the first and last ones up tended to be the most nervous, but apparently in Tempest, people saw being picked first as the greatest of honors. I didn't really understand that, but that's apparently how it worked, and Beretta was in a really chipper mood over it. So, about your concerns, you really have nothing to answer to about being defeated like this time. Like, it's not even a defeat. You prevented the enemy from achieving their objectives, and I'd call that a victory. A great victory, really, seeing how nobody died. I tried to drive that point into Beretta, but he was still unpersuaded. I understand that, my lord, but a loss is a loss. To those of us in the Black Tribe, any loss is a hard pill to swallow. So he recognized we won, but he himself felt like a loser. He was so serious about this. So Charis, if it were
So was Charis.
so was Charis. If it were me, I'd be telling everyone I knew about how I sealed the victory. Maybe it's quibbling, but if I'm convinced I won, then I did. Even a moral victory is fine by me. The Black Tribe, by the way, was a family tree in the demon race. I learned this only recently, but it turned out Beretta was a member, with Diablo, back when he was simply known as Noir, at the top. They did resemble each other in areas, especially in what sore losers they were. It made sense. Thus, I could certainly appreciate Beretta's frustration over this, but he really couldn't help how this turned out. I awakened my troops as an award for their victory in this war, but the recipients had to be both Demon Lord seeds and connected to me via Soul Corridor, and Beretta wasn't.
He satisfies these conditions.
Whoa, you scared me. Seal was busy with its own work, but I guess it was lending an ear to our conversation, so maybe it could help with my paperwork then.
I have enough souls gathered here to awaken just one person. What is your decision?
Are you dodging my questions again? Maybe I shouldn't have evolved that ability of Seal's.
Negative. No fact has been detected. No fact like that has been detected.
No, Seals, stop acting like you've suddenly been downgraded back to Raphael.
Sorry.
So
Negative.
that was-
No fact like that has been detected.
But
I-
in that-
sass.
You
I know
dirty
you're doing an
motherfucker!
imitation of your voice.
but in that case, it looked like we'd gained some more souls in our fight against the Imperial force. Using those, I could make all of Beretta's dreams come true. He worked real hard, after all, and I gave him no reward for it. I mean, he was technically serving Ramirez, not me, but I still saw him as a cherished friend. Protecting Ramirez was a tremendous job, and I wanted to keep counting on him for it. How about I show him how much I care, and ease one of his concerns while I'm at it? Well, I can understand if you're despondent about your lack of power. Let me give you further powers then. I stood up, mustered the most demon lordiest pose I could, and extended a hand toward Bretta. Remember, all I can do is offer you assistance. What happens next is up to you. So I used my 100,000 souls trick on Beretta and carried out the evolution ceremony. Since I was the one who named him, he no longer could evolve by himself, and maybe this was necessary to karmically make up for that. But you wouldn't! Beretta, you are likely to evolve now. May Ramirez continue to enjoy your protection. He was pretty surprised, but the evolution completed without a hitch, and much like the rest of Diablo's tribe, he wasn't put to sleep by it. As for how this evolution turned out,
Name. Yep. There we go. Do you want me to read this or you want to?
Sure. I
Okay.
was just going to make a couple of gun jokes during it, but
God damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Name Beretta EP 1,978,743. Guys, keep in mind, I think he was barely cracking the 400,000 range before.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. High level Chaos Elemental, Chaos Metalloid. Protection, Labyrinth Protection. Title, Guardian of Ramirez. Magic, Dark Magic. Oh, wait, Remir has tails? What the fuck?
Well,
But anyway, there's a picture of Remir coming up. You'll see.
oh.
yes, what?
Yeah.
Oh, like fucking go. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. They're like
Ability.
Goku tails.
Ability. Ultimate skill. Deus Ex Machina. Lord of Machine Divinity. Yeah.
Nice.
Tolerances. Cancel melee attack. Cancel ailments. Cancel spiritual attack. Cancel natural elements. Resist chaos attack.
It's fucking funny.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There it is. Beretta's body had also transformed into crimson steel, the divine metal, equivalent to god class equipment. That explained the huge leap in EP, and it resulted from his adamantite body absorbing the massive number of magicules poured out of him. EP, by the way, stood for existence points, not energy points, for reasons I wasn't let it on. That's a weird way to end that sentence.
Wasn't let in on? Yeah.
Beyond that, the biggest shift was giving up the unique skill Reverser for the ultimate skill Deus Ex Machina. This skill encompassed the abilities Hasten Thought, Universal Detect, Lord's Ambition, Mineral Domination, Control Earth Attribute, Inverse Fusion, Control Space, and Multi-Layer Barrier.
Holy shit!
Fuck!
That's a shit ton of
Fucking wall.
amazing skills right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked hard on that.
Yes, I'm sure you did. Good job.
That's on the head.
You certainly don't hold back when someone grabs your interest, do you? My skills are important and all, but your hobby's never far from your mind, I suppose. You've been messing around with this skill set too, I see. Very like Seal, I suppose.
Give me a second.
But enough about that. Look at Beretta. Combining mineral domination with control earth attribute let him freely control and manipulate any kind of mineral. You need some materials to work with, but there was a storehouse of Magisteel in the labyrinth that was also connected to the surface world, so we shouldn't be able to spot him some. So we should be able to spot him some. This ability was a side effect of evolving his body into crimson steel, it seemed. So it was kind of like control over the earth element then? It let him transform metal into any shape he wanted, no matter how tough it was. Any weapons that hadn't been enhanced with magic or an aura hardly mattered to Beretta any longer. But even more vicious than that was how it allowed Beretta to freely make his body any shape he wanted. He could give himself an invincible body of liquid metal, like the bad guy in a classic action movie. Impervious to pretty much any
Interesting.
type of weapon.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun,
There we go.
dun, 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 dun.
Dun 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 dun.
Blah, 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 blah. Sorry.
Sneaking up on foes like a slime, enveloping them, suffocating them to death.
Jesus.
Just thinking of the possibilities made me shudder. He'd normally keep his usual form, that moving work of art, ball joints and all, but that was no longer what he looked like, so you had to be careful. Thus, Beretta was now a kind of derivative spiritual life form. Call it a metallic life form if you want.
Jeez.
God damn it, Ryuma. It was actually a pretty moving moment, wasn't it?
I'll be
Seeing
back.
the skull I made on a whim evolve to this level, looking at him, letting my emotions swell, I realized Beretta was now kneeling before me. I will never forget the great gift you have given me, Sir Rimuru. By my very life, I promise I'll carry out the mission you have granted me. He was ready to go. I wanted to tell him not to push it too much, but with the dangers facing Ramirez, he may not have a choice. He'd have some tough battles ahead of him, no doubt, but I was sure he'd live up to my expectations. His protection, after all, was what let me sleep at night. Thank you, I said, nodding at Beretta. Now he was no longer troubled. My job was done, so I told him to return to his station and concentrate on recuperating for the time being. As I waited for my next interviewee, I thought about skills for a moment. Between the Evolution Festival held earlier and the information I gained fighting the Empire's best, a couple of questions had formed in my mind. Skills were a type of power that took root in one's soul, following the rules this world worked under. One could also receive them from the world language after training hard enough or performing an impressive feat. I never gave them much deep thought, but really, it was an odd phenomenon. I'd just written it off as that sort of thing, magic, before, but during all
Bullshit.
this, no, checks out.
Hmm.
But during all this, I now had a question I couldn't ignore any longer. Basically, what was the true nature of skills? I'd had possession of a unique skill from virtually the moment I came to this world. In fact, I heard the world language in my mind just before I died in my old world, which showed that skills weren't exclusive to this one.
You're welcome.
That supposition
Hmm.
that supposition only added to the questions. But now I couldn't stop wondering if people over in my other world could use skills too. Unique skills were something that only heroes or champions could ever obtain. As unique as they were, their effects ran the gamut, but
Gamut.
they
Yeah.
were
Mhm.
English fucking
It's
fucking English.
It's pronounced gamut. That's all. It ran the gamut.
Run the game.
The gamut.
But they were all extremely powerful. They were physical manifestations of the user's desires, unleashing their effects based on what the caster wanted. In my case, I started out with Predator and Great Sage, the latter of which I never even asked for, which was funny.
Mm-hmm. 1 second.
How very rude.
I do eat grapes every time my lines come up, you know?
Grapes.
Yeah.
Grape
That's
man.
grape.
How rude! I was very much desired by you, Sir Rimuru.
Huh? No, I think it was mainly because I was a virgin who wanted.
All
Yeah,
those
never mind.
Legos.
Puss!
Out,
Mm.
out of my mind with it. If that's what Seal claimed, maybe that's what I hoped for, deep in my subconscious. Any further investigation would be dangerous, so let's leave it at that.
Horny little slime.
Yeah.
But back to the topic. Skills latched onto people's souls, but that hadn't always been the case. Those obtained by pushing the physical envelope with your body could be etched into your body, not your soul. That's often what happened when a skill was obtained from monsters. Sometimes you gained a skill just by consuming them. These were called race intrinsic skills, possessed by all members of a race and passed down across generations.
Intrinsic.
If you wanted to earn a skill through hard training, the best you could hope for was an extra one. What mattered more came after acquiring it. If you could boost your mastery of that skill, or perhaps combine it with your sword talents to create original moves, you could have a powerful force in your hands. Magic, too, was a kind of skill, as proven by all the spells I had consumed and learned. So there were many things that the term skill could cover, but the most important among them were unique skills. These were abilities created strictly within individual people, and each one was different. Some unique skill families were like each other, but it's believed that no two unique skills were exactly alike. They would sometimes be repeated over great lengths of time, but that was a special exception. Ravenous, the unique skill possessed by the Orc Lord that had attacked us, was one of those. It's a race intrinsic skill passed to awakened members of the race. Intrinsic, thank you. Skill passed to awakened members of the race, something that existed only within certain bloodlines. Ravenous was also attached to its owner's physical body, so other races likely could not handle it. I had combined it with Predator immediately upon ingesting it, so I never had to worry about any of those issues. Shizu's unique skill, Deviant, was believed to be derived from her soul. She'd entrusted it to me, and that's why I became able to use it. But otherwise, I wasn't sure I would have been able to get it at all. I had the impression by now that soul-derived skills were the stronger kind. By the way, the ultimate enchantment alternative that Ludora gave me was, as you'd expect, rooted in the body. You needed to be at least a saint to have the energy required to work it, so unless you created that ability yourself, it'd be pretty inefficient to use. Maybe that's what gave you a chance to defend against even powerful unique skills. Jiwoo and Bernie had ultimate skills, but Diablo had defeated them anyway, which was normally unheard of. Unique skills didn't work on ultimate skills, only other ultimate skills did. There were exceptions: Chloe's unlimited imprisonment and absolute severance, along with Masayuki's chosen one, but trying to beat an ultimate skill wielder with just a unique skill was insanely reckless. Even uniques could vary widely in power, but when stacked up against an ultimate, the difference was like heaven and earth. Someone who gained an ultimate had gained a new insight into the world. It therefore existed on a higher plane than magic based on the world's rules. Resisting it would require something like disintegration, the most powerful of all holy magic, or the kinds of ultimates the primal demons threw around. That's why I thought Diablo might have beaten them with an ultimate of his own, but something told me that was wrong. I mean, he probably could have just steamrolled straight through all that and won anyway. It proves there are no absolute locks in the world, I suppose, but regardless, under the right conditions, it was possible for someone without ultimate skill to defeat an ultimate user. Someone with completely mastered arts could do it. Maybe holy level sword moves were stronger than your average skill in the end. Still, if you wanted to take on an ultimate force, the best way was definitely to have an ultimate force of your own. To sum up, skills may be etched into your soul or stored in your body. Unique skills, based on my experience, could be awarded when you have a strong desire or craving for one. This process is more compatibility than talent, no matter how much you want one. You won't earn it. You won't earn it if your EP account isn't high enough. Wishing really hard wouldn't work alone. Only when overcoming challenges and obstacles in your way could you earn one. Skills are stronger when you earn them for yourself rather than being awarded them by someone else. Skills that manifest themselves within one's soul also outclass ones that take residence in the body. No two skills are identical. Even skills with the same name are likely to be different in terms of capability or rules of operation. They evolve based on the user's wishes, so they may change in many unpredictable ways depending on that. The difference between unique and ultimate skills isn't necessarily insurmountable. The strength of a skill is easily swayed by the owner's mind. It likely took a stronger will to extract better effects from them. Skills are skills are, at the core, the ability to affect the laws of the world simply by wishing it were so. Activating such power, the kind that impacts the very root of the world, is impossible without a steel will. It's clear how important the powers of one's will is. That and the ability to size up a skill and work out how to use it correctly. Fucking bug, get off my screen. I'd I have my window open for the first time in months, and now I got mosquitoes in here. I fucking hate it.
Good times.
I gotta get a bug
Yeesh.
zapper for my room now.
Yeah.
I'd had Raphael with me, always ready to explain how to use a skill the best way. Other people may use their skill incorrectly and fail to get the most from it, even if the skill was born from their own wishes. God damn it, Richie!
Sorry.
Grapes.
I appreciate the break, though.
Among more recent examples, Dino certainly made some amusing mistakes with his.
No. I asked for more details, and Seal was excited to offer some.
Some
Dino's
details later.
Dino's skill evolved itself mid-battle, as I stated earlier. Sloth, the Sin... Wait, is this me? Is this me, or is this Richie?
No, this is you.
No, it's
Okay.
you.
Sloth, the Sin-based skill that's among the strongest of uniques, had turned into the ultimate skill Belphegor, Lord of Sloth. This would normally be a truly fearsome force to reckon with, but Zegion still thoroughly thrashed him. Zegion's overwhelming strength was one reason, I'm sure, but there was another, more fundamental issue at hand. Dino wasn't using Belphegor correctly. He was using it for disguise purposes, though, so maybe he didn't try to fully examine it at all. Belphegor, he evolved from Sloth, itself the result of Dino's lazy personality, had the trait of growing weaker the more its owner moved around. It was thus meant more for supporting the user's friends and underlings. It was a skill that could have granted the power Dino stored inside himself to his companions, and that would have been the most useful way to use Belphegor. This all happened while we were gone, but video from the entire battle was stored in the Labyrinth archives. Analyzing it was part of Seal's hobby, and now was kind enough to report the results to me. Guy definitely wouldn't have made this mistake. He'd grasp the essence of the skill and use it correctly each time, but someone as lazy as Dino would judge the book by its cover and never notice what was really lurking inside. If anything, the biggest mistake our enemy made this time was making Dino do actual work.
Well,
God damn, call him out, why don't you?
yeah.
It's true though.
You fool! You made him sit up.
If they had let him goof off all day like usual and made his friends Pico and Garasha do all the work instead, Geld and Kumara might have gotten into real trouble. Maybe we were lucky that way. My giving Dino work and helping him see the labor can be satisfying might have been the break that led to our victory in a way. But if he got a rep for screwing up more often as he worked, it'd be awful for his future. So if we ever bury the hatchet, I better explain all of this to him. Damn it. What?
Well.
So gaining a correct grasp of your skills can be far from straightforward. Sometimes they triggered without your even wanting them to, like with Masayuki. Skills like that were frustratingly difficult to control and even harder to fully master. Understanding and mastering the essence of a skill was really the same thing as grasping your own mind. It was tricky, something you had to dedicate yourself to your whole life. If you just saw a skill as a handy weapon, you'd never extract the true worth from it.
It's Masayuki, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Masayuki makes it sound like Masa told me to go out to the field and Yuki up some grub. So,
Jesus Christ.
all right.
Want me to go to a field?
Wow.
Atomic River.
Okay then.
Yeah. All right, that's kind of what it sounds like, yeah. Or to put it another way. To put it another way. Where's it at? Oh,
What
there
are
it
you
is.
doing? Harry, I knew you were doing something.
There it was.
Jesus.
Master got me wicked. Okay, so yeah, that
Shut
dumb
up,
shit.
Cartman.
Shut up, man!
Anyway, get to work, Dino. The only one allowed to be lazy around here is me. Yeah, that's funny.
True though.
All right. Anyway, I'm on the you are exactly right. Correct?
Yes.
You are exactly right. God, I had a bubble in my throat.
Ooh.
Yeah, you are exactly right. So face up to me more and treat me nicer, please.
I felt like this was the wrong interpretation, but I decided not to dwell on it. Right when I was reaching this conclusion, I heard a knock on the door. Benimaru came in, guided by Shuna.
One of you idiots actually knocked. That's great.
That was me.
Yeah.
I was
Like,
adding to
what
the
if you-
immersion.
One of you fool. You fool!
You shouldn't have said who's there.
You called for me? I understand this is a one-on-one interview, but what did you want to ask me? He spoke up the moment he sat down on the sofa facing me. Perhaps he thought this was some sort of classified conversation, but it wasn't. Oh, I apologize. This is just some kind of whim on my part. A whim? Yeah, all of us gained a lot more power in this war, didn't we? We can measure people's existence points in the labyrinth, so I thought we'd take a moment to grasp exactly how much war power all of us have. See, yes, that is important. Benimaru's face brightened up. I guess he was prepared for grilling about life as a newlywed. Well, no, I mean, I am curious about that stuff too, but it'd be abusing my authority if I asked you point blank, wouldn't it? It would? Because Soe is all like, you
No,
evolved
no,
that
no,
well.
no, 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 no. You don't get to speak for Soe when he's right here.
Oh, I was gonna say I was curious about what his impression would be.
Damn it, no.
Oh wait, no, he's being smug.
Yes.
If you evolve that well, you must be taking care of business at home. You're such a late bloomer that I thought I'd need to give you some help.
And that's
yeah.
him. That's him. And so,
Yeah.
now we.
And so on.
Yep, we
Yeah.
go.
Big brother. Shuna interrupted with a smile and a tray with some slices of cake. The sheer impact sent shivers down my spine.
Graduating from a Dave.
Are you speaking untowardly
That
to
is
Sir
basically just
Rimuru?
getting a participation
Sorry.
trophy.
Even the toughest nails Benny Maru couldn't beat Shuna.
Spider, thanks
Look
for the
at-
tier 1. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And the
And
23
look at
months.
you too, Sir Rimuru. You need to rebuke my brother, not play along with his silly talk. Okay, I'll be sure to. Firing back would achieve nothing. Understanding that, I waited for Shuna to get in a better mood. The cake was nice and all, but thanks to how anxious we were, I could barely taste it. The moment Shuna took...
The cake was poisoned. Sorry.
The damage is done.
I knew your cake was
But
too
no.
good, Shem.
Oh, I see. Understandable.
See, boys
One
and
bite,
girls.
it's over.
Boys and girls, you understand? This is what happens when you eat ass.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Yup.
Richie, did you
Escape
poison the
fast, eat
cake?
ass.
Okay, look here. The
I'm
cake is
calling
not
an
a lie.
emergency meeting.
The cake is not a lie. We've all seen Shim turn around.
At
Richie's
least one
sounding
point
pretty
in life.
sus right now.
Sus.
Don't be
Oh.
He's being a
suspicious.
sussy
Don't
baka.
be suspicious.
Oh, it's an Amogus
Don't be
reference.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Be normal, damn it.
Don't be suspicious.
Act
Don't be
Jesus.
suspicious.
Okay.
Why can't you be normal? Yeah, I'm glad that someone understood. Fucking kid.
Yeah, real. Jesus Christ.
Jesus. All right. Continue.
The moment Shuna took the tray away and left, Benny Maru and I both let out a mighty sigh. That was a mistake. Yeah, next time we talk about things like that, let's make sure it's the right time and place. Roger that. I was trying to say that I didn't like that talk either. Why'd it turn out like this? True, although the way he was phrasing it, it was sounding dangerously close to bragging. But we could go in depth on that later. For now, as we planned, I wanted to examine Benny Maru's current state.
I think that's still, well, that's not Seal, but that's like the narrator voice. So you have to like,
No, Richie's reading it. We just can't hear him.
oh, he is.
No,
okay.
I'm not reading it. I'm not reading it.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, gotcha.
okay.
Yeah, I wasn't reading anything. It could be narrator voice. If you want, I could do it.
Mhm.
I'll do
Good
it.
in.
For the
Yeah, let's
the
have Sonic
phone,
do it.
Okay, or want me to turn?
Mhm.
Hold on. Do the cave style.
Just making sure we're not like
Oh,
the cake was not okay.
very good.
The cake was nice and all, but
Okay,
thanks.
there we go. Sorry, audio guy from Spider was talking to me. That's why I was muted.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Name Benimaru. EP 4,397,778 plus 1.14 million for Gurren, his sword. Race God Ogre. High level Chaos Elemental. Flame Soul Ogre. Protection Reamer's Protection. Title Flare Lord. Magic Flame Soul Magic. Ability Ultimate Skill Amaterasu, Lord of Shimmering Flame. Tolerances: cancel pain attack, or cancel melee attack, cancel natural elements, cancel ailments, cancel spiritual attacks, resist chaos attack.
That's how things turned out. Damn, he's strong.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn.
I gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
Dr. Tran.
What? 1,
I
2,
heard that.
Dr. Tran. No, Dr. Tran. I remember Dr. Tran.
Oh my god, that's an old ass
Oh.
thing.
Yeah. Why are you
Why'd
in
you
my
keep
village?
Yeah.
Oh, you said that word.
Oh, you
Yep.
said that word.
Such a naughty word.
Guys, if you have not seen Dr. Tran, I will show you that after
Dr.
this.
Tran.
It's so fucking funny.
It is such a good
I've
clip,
seen
man.
one of the
Ugh.
Dr. Trans. I don't remember which one though.
It's the no they just have the one.
Word.
All right. Anyway, I think at this point, Moon, you take over because it has been 30 minutes now.
Mm.
Okay.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Still, if Benny Maru's EP count, is that where we're at?
Oh, god damn, he's strong.
Yeah.
So you know what to do.
Damn, he's strong. The ultimate skill Amaterasu was obtained in exchange for giving up the unique skill Born Leader. It included the abilities Hasten Thought, Universal Detect, Lord's Ambition, Regulate Thought, Dominate Heat, Dominate Space, Multi-Layer Barrier, and more. Some of Velgrin's abilities were reflected in this list, Seal told me, but Benimaru was also very close to getting an ultimate skill by his own power. Seal just gave him a little nudge in the direction, it claimed. Still, if Benimaru's EP count was more than 4 million, then that got bumped up another million when he had Gurren out. Wouldn't that make him stronger than Luminous by now? I should note here that you probably couldn't fake your EP. Or, to put it more accurately, the existence points of someone in the labyrinth could be measured to a high level of accuracy. If you wanted to try faking it, you'd need to do something like carry a concealed god-class weapon on you or keep a separate body elsewhere like Velgrin. A mere replication would produce much smaller EP counts, so it'd be spotted as a fake pretty quickly. Outside the labyrinth, there were lots of ways you could fake EP, but trying to bring that game into the dungeon was like trying to sneak up on someone in a swimming pool by keeping your head underwater. Why am I burping now? Jesus. Ramirez's appraisal skills would easily spot it. She was good at detail-oriented work like that, despite all her many other shortcomings. Unfortunately, she didn't really understand what she could and couldn't do. We could only perform these exact measurements because someone had mentioned in idle conversation. Boy, it'd be nice if we could get more accurate with people's EP counts. I think it was Shinji, but anyway. Ramirez replied, "Oh, we can." The scene was pretty awkward after that, I was told. I'm sure everyone was like, why didn't she tell us sooner? Then we would have been able to measure Luminous and Guy and Velzer too. Hell, if we'd gotten stats for Dino instead of skipping them because he was a trusted guest, we would have realized just how much stronger he was than he looked. Of course, even if we knew, it wouldn't mean much unless we were sure he'd betray us. We should have been more on alert overall, but I don't think we could have avoided how this turned out. Anyway, although they were just reference figures, EP was a useful yardstick for measuring someone's strength. I was now certain that Benimaru at least could hold his own against Dino or the three Mystic leaders. He was near the top of the million class, and I couldn't be gladder to have him at my side. But there was one thing bothering me. Hey, so don't monsters get weaker when they conceive children? That's right. Your magical count goes down generally. So why did you get stronger? That is strange, isn't it? Huh. What a breezy smile on him. He might have been trying to laugh it off, but I wasn't about to let him. No, man, what's going on with you? I don't know either. Soei's been hounding me about it too, asking why all the time. It's a real pain. So I wasn't the only one interested. If we could find an answer to this question, it'd be great news for monsters. I mean, a lot of hobgoblins get married and none of them complain about getting weaker, but the impact's bigger the more high level you are. So I wanted to search for a solution eventually. Well, if you see something, let me know, okay? All right. I'll go call Soei then. With that last doubt, I wrapped up the interview. Soei came in right after Benimaru left. The moment he sat in front of me, I voiced my complaint to him. Okay, first off, can you not pick on Benimaru so much, please?
Well, he's always been such a late bloomer in so many ways. You have to light a fire under him or else just sit on his hands forever, I thought.
He might have a point. Benimaru had said something about having to conceive a successor before he could evolve, so I could understand Soei's concern. All right, let's leave it at that. Now, about your evolution. Soe had been affected by Benimaru's own evolution. Name: Soe, EP, 1,281,162.
I thought we were having me do these.
Oh,
4.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute.
Come on now.
There
get
was a
on the
lot of back
floor,
and forth
everybody.
about it, so I was just
Yeah,
like,
because, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Come on now, get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur.
God damn it.
jeez.
All I can imagine is that shot from Nun Piece.
Oh.
Damn, that's fabulous. Anyway, so name: Soe, EP, 1,282,162. Race: God Ogre. Mid-level Chaos Elemental. Dark Soul Ogre. Protection: Flare Lord Shadow. Title: Dark Shadow. Magic: Dark Soul Magic. Ability: Ultimate Skill Tsukiyomi, Lord of Moonshade. Tolerances: Cancel melee attack. Cancel natural elements. Cancel ailments. Cancel spiritual attack.
Wait. So Soe is the
Hold
living
on.
embodiment of Rage Quit?
I have a gun.
I went somewhere different. I thought he was the living embodiment of emo. Wake me up.
Moonshade.
Wake me up. It's
No.
That
Oh,
might
guys,
go.
here's the thing.
Save
All right,
me.
so here's the thing. Moon, first off, did you finally watch the new episode of Slime?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Okay.
Shim is probably going to remember this. Guys, we finally met Glinda. Remember the girl that has like the little gun on her thigh that works, that quote
Yeah.
unquote works at the church that Soe ends up stopping?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Finally met her. And guys, it's not going to be long before we get that scene.
Yeah.
Like it's coming up probably
right.
probably the
Season 2.
next half of season 3, but it's gonna happen. The assassination attempt's gonna happen, and then Soe's just gonna strut his stuff. That's gonna be
This-
fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
The Soe cha-cha slide.
Yep.
This is how he dodges
For his
every
neutral
girl
special,
he
ID
fights.
and a gun.
It's like, all right. Oh, you pointed a gun at me? Cute. Watch me
Yeah, I was
cha-cha
gonna
real
say-
smooth.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Moon, you forgot to list his equipment. A gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. For his neutral special.
All
And
right,
his
anyway.
copy of Dark Souls he carries around with. He just throws it, throwing stars at people, apparently.
Dark Souls.
It's
All
like,
right.
that's platinumed, by the way.
All right. Anyway, keep going.
Pretty strong. And pretty resistant, too. Defeating Soe would require some sort of ultimate level attack, maybe chaotic or sword-based in nature. Seal had awarded him the ultimate skill Tsukiyomi, and it came with quite a list of abilities. Hasten Thought, Universal Detect, Eye of the Moon, Insta-Kill, Ultra Speed Action, Spiritual Control, Parallel Existence, Control Space, Multi-Layer Barrier, and so on. Whoa, you can use Parallel Existence now? I blurted out the question, much to my surprise.
Yes.
Soe casually replied.
I cannot control multiple selves simultaneously like Lady Valgrind, but even if it's just one existence, I'm certain that it's still a useful skill.
This motherfucker has Velgrin's skill now.
Just,
Dude
I'll
is
take
broken.
that. Yoinketh.
Yoinketh.
Yeah, yoinketh.
Oh, you didn't
Homeboy
yoink.
just goes,
Seal gave it
Shadow
to you.
Clone Jutsu.
That's true.
Yeah.
I did
So
the
he
thing.
giveth, and I yoinketh.
All right.
You
Anyway.
yoinketh.
Yeah.
Anyway, that
Mhm.
sounds dirty.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be pretty certain, too. Now Soe was another step closer to de facto immortality, but maybe Eye of the Moon was even more worth diving into. It let him control shadows in any way he wanted, allowing him to do many things without being spotted by a target. It was notable for its broad effective range. It could
Stealth
cover an
traps.
entire town, even. Nothing was better for intelligence gathering, not to mention assassination missions.
I'm sorry, but when I hear Eye of the Moon, my first thought is, oh, his alcohol tolerance dropped.
Much like mine.
Soe's skill is quite an achievement. I packed it full of things he wanted in order to recreate the ninja in my master's memories.
I thought it was pretty big heap of abilities. That was the reason, huh?
Does that mean he has a nine-tailed fox in him as well?
Oh my god.
Oh, God damn it. One impressive aspect of Eye of the Moon is that Soe's replication can use it as well. He could send replications across the land, share information among them with Eye of the Moon, then use thought communication to spread his intelligence worldwide. And
God,
no,
one
because
man.
that he can't have the nine-tailed fox in him because that particular ninja fails miserably at stealth. All that Boyd does is stand out. Orange jumpsuit does not scream stealthy.
Believe it.
Yeah, that's true. Especially in like the blue lighting. So,
So
Okay, yeah, the
essentially-
skills are not representative of the person.
Yeah.
So
in this
essentially,
situation.
Soe is now the CIA.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure Soe doesn't need a shadow clone to do the Rasengan.
Soe is SEAL Team 6. All
Yeah,
of
that's-
SEAL
Soe
Team
Team
6.
6.
All of them.
Everyone.
Soe
of them,
Team
yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Soe
Yep.
team.
And this is my special operations division, and so it's just sup. Where's everyone else?
Team Soe, World Police.
Sup, sup,
Could
sup,
you
sup.
imagine
hey.
the CIA, but every
No,
employee
no,
in it
that's
is
it.
just Soe?
We're just I'm going to at some point in time, way later, we're gonna be like Team Soe, World Police. You just see Soe come out, whoosh, slash somebody. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Uh,
I love that Fenris laughed so hard he fell off camera. That was
Yeah,
great.
Yep.
Matt Damon.
Blasted him out of his chair.
oh god.
Now we gotta rewrite that entire theme song.
Oh God.
It gets better. We move over to Michael. He's like, I work really hard and make up great plans. But nobody
Fuck
listens.
yeah.
No one
Killing the
understands.
enemies of Tempest. Furimaru.
Maru.
Fuck yeah.
Literally, you know what's
There you
really
go, there
sad?
It is
You know
that,
what's
though.
you know what's really sad? We would do that, and we'd have to have like a violin solo for Shion playing it. Like that's the orchestral song they're doing. Furimaru, fuck yeah. I
if we
didn't know
could get
she even
Lip
knew
Gone, she probably
Screamo.
got that too.
Motherfucking slime, yeah.
How does
I know.
Hinata just looks over. You taught that ogre Screamo. I did no such thing.
No! You trying to teach her how to cook!
Oh, she's cooking all right.
Her
Oh,
cook.
that's great.
She's cooking something else. It's not food.
All right. Anyway.
It is nice though. It does taste good.
Oh yeah.
I could tell Seal was proud of it. The more I heard about this skill, the more amazing it sounded. Basically, it was an upgraded version of Argus, my surveillance magic. He could monitor the situation in locations worldwide, then capture it in video, with sound even. Now I could rely on Soe for just about anything, and he definitely had a job leading our intelligence for as long as he wanted it. Okay, I'm going to give you a new title while I'm at it. You will now be known as the Darkness Seer.
Whoa.
I hope you'll continue to lead Team Kuriyami and serve our nation.
Yes, my lord. I'll do everything I can for you, Sir Rimuru.
No, do it for my nation, not me. But whatever. Great,
All
I
nation.
appreciate it.
See, this is the reason,
least
Sonic,
in
that
their
you and I
eyes.
get 15 minutes because everybody else is usually quiet and we're the interrupters. That's why we get the low amount of reading time.
I just like captured it in video with sound even. I just like to hear him go.
You
"Got
wanted
your ass in
clips? I'm
4K."
trying here.
You just hear stab, stab, stab. You what, mate? Stab.
Stab.
You what, mate?
Yeah.
You what, mate?
Dog.
I offered Soe my heartfelt thanks. We spent the next hour or two discussing an assortment of things. His grievances, how Soka and the gang were doing, that kind of thing. He told me that his team of 5, Soka included, had grown to attain an average EP of just under 200,000. Soka herself was at 261,898. Quite high. Once upon a time, that'd make you the adjutant to a demon lord. Even now, you could fight off some pretty high-level foes. She must have grown her force a lot in this war. There is no better training than war, Soe told me.
We gotta redo that.
Ah, well.
Oh, sorry. There is no better training than war.
Soe told me. A line I thought I'd heard somewhere before. But I wanted to remind him not to assume someone could do something just because he could. Everyone is different, with their own talents and things they're not so good at. With their own talent and things they're not so good at. I knew all about Soe's talents, but I didn't want him putting a similar workload on his troops. Do that, and we risked losing some real talented personnel.
But isn't it natural for all or for us all to make every effort possible for you, Sir Rimuru?
Well, no, it's not. I mean, if you stick to that way of thinking, you're gonna lose followers eventually, you know? You need to value your troops more than that. Consider ways they can find their work more fun and stick to it for longer. That's the job of a boss, after all. I always think people will follow you if you give them real motivation to. This is
Boss.
work, of course,
Was.
so just having it be fun won't be enough. But I think offering some sense of achievement is important. If you're constantly struggling under an impossible workload, you'll never get the joy of achievement. And when someone achieves something, giving them even more work after that is a definite no-no. I know that pissed me off. You do it, I'd say, but you do it, I'd say, but with Soe, he'd actually do it all, which would lead to self-loathing and a lot of mental stress. That was my concern.
TLDR.
You need to treat your
TLDR here. Remu's just basically looking at him and saying, "Hey, you see Soka over there? Yeah. Shut up and kiss her already."
accurate.
How many Steve?
Damn.
Damn. Who's the late
He's right.
bloomer now?
He is though.
Mm.
He is a silly man.
Looks
He has
over
to.
and just like, I don't see it.
Oh no,
you
he's
can't mock someone's game if you're not even playing in the
Oh
first
no.
place, so,
Very
Soe
true to his
Soe
word.
is aware. Soe is aware of how many proposals he's gotten.
Oh, he's just too shy.
I don't know.
Or he's just
Maybe
kind of like,
He's like,
I
man,
have better things to work on.
my devotion
tell
is to
them
Lord
Yeah.
Reamer.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
something like
probably.
He
that.
is married
Yeah,
to his
something like
work.
that. Yeah.
and my work is
You can
a
be married to
slide.
2 things, like Soka
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
work.
Yeah, I mean, Benimaru has 2
Would
wives.
would
so, I mean,
Remo be okay with polygamy?
I mean, it already has happened in his tribe. I don't see
Yeah,
why he would have a problem with it
I
himself.
can't marry all 3 of them. That's bigamy. No, that's bigamy.
That's big of
Yeah.
me to allow
Yeah.
you to do that,
Yeah.
which I am.
You need to treat your tools well, in other words.
Stop calling your coworkers tools. Look, it's great to take pride in your work, but it's nothing that's forced on you, okay? As their boss, you gotta recognize people for their achievements. They'll be happier that way.
I see. Indeed, receiving praise from you provides me the ultimate in joy, Sir Rimuru.
He's pretty serious-minded, too. Or maybe just tiresome. Anyway, why don't you take this opportunity to hold a little get-together with your troops?
Understood. As the boss, it's my job to grasp my staff's mental state. I will endeavor to provide more care for them.
Don't go overboard. Well, I'd expressed my concern to him, at least. A few days later, Soka and the gang sent me a letter of thanks. It was literally stained with tears of joy, so I patted myself on the back for that. Job well done.
Are we sure it's joy?
I like
I
to
hope
imagine
so.
he goes back to the clan and they're all like, standing straight up, and he's like, as per Sir Rimuru's request, we are now commencing Operation Chill the Fuck Out. Take
You
5
all may
everyone.
go at ease.
Soka,
Yeah.
Soka, would
Let's
you
just
like
take
to go?
5, everyone. They all collapse and
Just
sleep
like-
for 5 minutes.
Soka, would you like to go? Soka, would you like to go have coffee?
Oh, sure, I'd
Would
love
you
to.
like to go
We're
down for
all out of
excitement?
coffee.
Would you
Zooms
She
in
like
on his
just,
face.
she just,
I meant sex.
she just literally just timber.
What do you,
Just-
it's so
Holy,
it's
you
like,
have to
what are you
do
doing?
that
I told
hard.
you to be at ease.
I feel like he would just be
You're
straight to the
doing it
point
all
like
wrong.
that.
She
Alright.
falls, and then he goes, clearly she does not want tea.
Yeah,
If
clearly
anyone
she
gets
does
Do you
not
want
want
to,
tea.
Soka? Do you want to go have tea and talk strategy? Falls over.
Anything.
All right,
Yeah.
it is your.
you
You need to
for
continue.
coffee?
You got 10 more minutes. You're good.
Gabiru.
My next interview was with Gabiru, who arrived after dinner.
Gabi Uwu.
Wahahaha! I, Gabiru, have come at the bidding of my master, Sir Rimuru. Today, or tonight, as always, Gabiru was in high spirits. I invited him to sit, reminding him to keep it down in the evening like this. Once Shuna provided some tea, I got straight to business. You certainly performed well this time. Everyone got back alive because of your hard work. Great job holding out until the end. I want to personally thank you for that. I was grateful to Gabiru on a personal level, not as leader of Tempest. If he had given up at any point, we definitely would have lost some people. Sir Rimuru, even those words are enough to move me to great heights. Gabiru sobbed. I waited for him to calm down, not wanting to ruin his reverie. The fact that we survived this war, much less emerged victorious, is all because of you. Oh, wrong voice.
That's okay.
The fact that we survived this war, much less emerged victorious, is all because of you, Sir Rimuru. That voice. I was sure of it when I heard Lord Ghidorah's whispering. But that was your voice, wasn't it? Oh, did he pick up on CL's voice? Kind of. It'd be a long story to explain to him, but really, CL was my Joker card. I didn't want to use it for no reason, so I played along with Gabiru's confusion. Aha! I knew it! And if that wasn't around to give me the strength to soldier on, I knew the battle would have been impossible to win. I am constantly told by my peers not to get carried away, so I absolutely refuse to lay exclusive claim to this victory. Now Gabiru was composed. It showed me he meant what he said. You've sure grown. Yes, my lord. Hearing those words from you, Sir Rimuru, I'm just so thankful, so inspired. I'm starting to tear bend.
God fucking damn it.
Fuck you, that's great.
I think you're being dumb.
He broke out in tears again, just like before. His handkerchief wasn't going to cut it, so I handed him a towel. I'm not wrong,
You're so stupid.
but his stats really did impress me.
So damn stupid.
Richie, you
Hang
have
on,
been-
hang on.
It's your narrator.
Hush!
He's cooking. He's cooking.
I had to type a message to somebody. It's your fault. You did this to me. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Name, Gabiru.
I gave
EP.
you it out. You could have stopped it.
Okay, now he's the interrupter. All right.
Mm.
Yeah. Name, Gabiru. EP. 1,263,824.
Yeah.
Race.
Dave.
God damn it. Dave's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Race, Dragonoot, mid-level Chaos Elemental Water Spirit Dragon. Protection, Rimuru's Protection. Title, Draco Lord. Ability, Ultimate Gift, Mood Maker. Intrinsic skills, Magic Sense, Keen Sense, Dragon's Kin, Flame Breath, Thunder Breath. Tolerances, Cancel Pain, Resist Ailments, Resist Natural Elements, Resist Melee Attack, Resist Spiritual Attack, Resist Chaos Attack.
While I wasn't paying attention, he had grown about as strong as Soe. Gabiru's ultimate gift, Moodmaker, was another masterpiece from Seal. He hadn't earned it by himself, but I wouldn't hate on it for that. He got it only because it was such a perfect match for him. It included 5 main abilities: Hasten Thought, Alter Destiny, Control Unforeseen, Control Space, and Multi-Layer Barrier. But if he could learn how to fully control the aura that leaked out of him, he'd also gain Lord's Ambition in time. Alter Destiny was the real killer among them. It evoked only once per day, but it could completely turn the tables in battle, even against foes who outclassed him. What would have happened if someone besides Gabiru got this? If someone like Diablo had Alter Destiny, he could have been the strongest dude on the planet. Gabiru really was an amazing person that way. What impresses me most, however, is his performance in battle. He bragged about this to me for a bit after he finally wiped away all his tears. Yes, the enemy spear was coming at me with screaming force, but I just grinned a little and used my lance to deflect it. That's the thing. Gabiru wielded the Vortex Spear, a unique class magical weapon. It was once the secret treasure of the Lizardmen race. He told me, and while it was strictly unique in quality, it had deflected away the god-class Azure Dragon Spear, which I thought must have been a joke. It's not just difference in ability that decides the fate of a battle, eh? He was laughing about it, but I thought that decided a lot of it. No? If Gabiru deflected a legend-class weapon, I'd concede that maybe one in 1,000 times or something, that would be possible. But god-class? Impossible. The only real explanation I could think of was...
Hold on.
But-
Sorry,
but
I was
be
still
quiet.
typing. I didn't see any. Oh. There it is. Gabiru likely has. Why did I go
Wrong
back
voice.
to that voice? Yep. Gabiru likely has full unconscious control of this skill, effectively upgrading the Vortex Spear. Being protected by an ultimate level ability is believed to be why the spear survived without being shattered.
I suppose so, yeah. Another reason Gabiru really impressed me sometimes. He was dedicated to hard work, too. Something that that his usual behavior didn't make very clear. Between research and battle, he was capable of just about everything. I bet we could expect a lot from him in the future. Hey, speaking of that, do you mind if I keep your vortex spear for a bit? I wanted to ask Kurobe to give it a new birth, so to speak.
What?
Right. He'd craft it again and transfer the old weapon's experience into the new one. I'm planning to provide some Crimson Steel for the materials, so I bet he could evolve it into a God-class weapon, you know? Crimson Steel was still a rare commodity, but I wasn't going to cheap out with Gabiru. I really did want to upgrade his weapon, too, as a reward, and to prepare for the grueling battles of an age to come. If he was reluctant to let go of a weapon passed down by his family, I'd do something else for him instead. Yes, please, I beg you to do that for me! He was bawling yet again as he handed the spear over to me. With this God-class weapon in hand, I was sure Gabiru could grow even stronger in time. If it recognized him and accepted Gabiru as its master, that would boost his existence points as well. He could even become a half-spiritual life form, which would do a lot for his resistances. Also, the Heaven Flyers that had served under Gabiru in the previous battle boasted an average EP of over 120,000, with the best of them surpassing 200,000. I sincerely hoped that they continued giving Gabiru their support. So our interview came to a close, although Gabiru practically cried the entire way through it. Tear bending.
Yeah.
Surprised you didn't flood the office.
All right.
Right?
Oh yeah,
This is the story of a girl.
This is the story of a lizard.
Don't even look so sad in photographs. Absolutely loved her.
When she slimed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh my. All right.
Oh.
Transferring from Moon to Sonic.
All right. Late that night, I was in a private room within a certain exclusive, members-only club. Normally, a beautiful elf would share a seat with me, but I turned them all down this time. Bro.
Exactly. He's hanging with his bro.
Tonight, it was just Geld and me sitting face to face. How are you feeling? Just fine. I've grown used to this power, so I shouldn't be breaking any more glasses. Geld smiled and nimbly emptied his drink. A normal-sized cup looked like a child's paper cup in his hands. Aww.
Big old orky fans. Fists.
Now I wanted to see you so we could drink the night away. And also to formally recognize you for your services. I'm honored, Sir Rimuru. Simply hearing those words from you couldn't make me happier. He usually acted so cool and unaffected.
Geld is literally the blue-collar worker of this group.
Yeah.
Oh God! I just imagined him.
Because think about it, it's a long, hard day at work, and then where's he end up at the end of the night? The bar.
At the bar with his boss, being like,
At the bar with his buddy. At the bar with his buddy, drinking the night away. But also,
Kissing the night away.
he's like the best with kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
You know what? Geld's
There's a
theme
daycare
song
there,
would
too.
be taking care of business.
He is.
Taking care of business every day. Taking care of business.
Like,
Geld's
here's my thing.
workplace would
Here's my
have a
thing.
daycare,
I
too.
know everybody is like obsessed with looks right now, but like, Geld is ultimate husband material. 100%.
He is, though.
Like,
Sure.
He's the big man.
He's so
Definitely.
He is so
Mr.
strong,
Pig.
great with kids.
He is absolutely Mr. Pig.
humble.
Mr. Pig.
Yeah.
And
They
you know what?
call
He's got the
me
looks. He's got the
Mr.
dad
Pig.
bust with fear.
Ah!
Sorry.
Now it's time for Daddy to bring home the bacon.
Oh my god. if Geld ever calls himself
Would that
daddy,
just
I'm
be
just gonna
cannibalism?
no.
Shut up! And then he starts punching whoever said that.
No, dude, I love that. I'm sorry. I love this joke. It's like, come on, piggy, time to teach you a lesson. Puts away his shit. Gets.
That's
Bam,
his stance.
bam, bam. They call me Mr. Mr. Pig! Ah!
That's what I was thinking of when I made that joke too.
I kind of want to go rewatch that episode right now. It's so good.
Should we just like
Oh
voice
my
out
God.
that scene now? Just us all doing.
Oh no, I'm
our talk?
absolutely doing that. I'm absolutely doing that. I can't wait because that's Ray. I think Ray voices Geld. I think he does.
That's good.
Well,
There you
Ray,
go.
if you're watching, watch out.
They call me Mr. Pig. Ah!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta make it do that.
It's
Yeah.
like, meanwhile, no. Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, sorry.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you
Yes.
gotta have. Oh god, what's his name? You have like, oh my god.
You have to have the
Something
yes,
like that.
yes. Oh my god.
The sad
Holy
fact is,
shit!
Yeah.
the sad fact is, I really want to contact Cody and tell him all this shit right now because he's like the biggest
Do it.
JoJo fan I know.
You can put
it's-
it on notes and then send it to him later.
It's like 11 o'clock, bro. He's asleep.
Oh.
Tell him go watch the
It's 11
slime
for him.
when I
Alright.
read. When I'm reading. Go watch
Sonic,
the VOD.
continue. Sonic,
Yes.
Yeah,
continue.
that's fine.
Somebody
worry.
please clip this so I can send this to Cody.
For
Mm.
real.
Tell him where the timestamp is.
real?
Alright, anyway,
Mm.
For real.
I'm honored, Sir Rimuru. Simply hearing those words from you couldn't make me happier. He usually acted so cool and unaffected,
Ridicule
but I
me
could tell
harder,
he
Daddy.
meant those words from the
Oh
heart.
yes,
I
ridicule
nodded
me
back
harder,
and shared a toast with him.
Daddy.
We then
Oh,
spent a little
yes.
bit of talking,
Ridicule
a
me
little bit
harder,
talking about
Daddy.
Geld's work and life issues
Such
before
sweet
tackling
memories
some
of the
serious
shame
tackling
box.
serious business.
Mm,
So
such
I
sweet
wanted to talk
memories
about
of the
something
shame
that I'm
box.
afraid might offend you a little.
Such
that okay?
Sweet memories
asked
of
him.
the shame box.
Go,
that looks
go
fun.
right ahead. I would
Hi,
consider nothing you do offensive.
He wants me to go to his castle, where he'll most likely
nothing
take me to his
offensive?
dungeon and proceed to me with a hard
No, like
Ooh, different me in
I
my
could be pretty
on a
insensitive
sticky
to people
on a stone
sometimes.
table,
So
and
I
when he's had
wanted
enough
him
of my
to cut
screams,
me
he'll
off
shove
if he
his
didn't
down my
like
mouth
it.
and finger my for
I'm
filling
the
the
sort
and
who
all
gets
over my
pretty
and
cutting
juices will
with
flow
his
down my
joking
ankles until
around
he's finally
without meaning
finishing
anything by
with
it. So
all of
if
my
I went
by
too
putting a
far,
giant
I'd hope
bowl
he'd
of
stop
clam
me.
chowder and a can opener.
I'd always have the gift. I'd always had the gift of gab like that. This one time in grade school, I went to this girl and actually, never mind. It's beyond embarrassing, and we're both long since moved on. I'm aware that I'm lacking in tact even now, but I'm trying to improve on that, avoiding any witty rejoinders.
Mm-hmm. Rejoinders.
Rejoinders that bring people down. Whether I'm succeeding or not is another thing. But if Geld's all for it, let's press on. All right, I'll say it. All right, I'll say it then. But if it doesn't sound like something you like, don't be afraid to say no, okay? With the preface I've made.
With that preface.
With that preface, I've made. With that preface, I've made the proposal. It was,
I
of
made
course.
the proposal, not
I made the proposal.
There you go.
I made the proposal. It was, of course, an offer to accept a round of Seal's ability adjust. But I was hiding Seal from everyone, so I framed it with Geld more like, mind if I fucks around with your skills a bit?
Futz.
Futz around with your skills a bit? But Geld immediately told me to go ahead. Perhaps, he said, my weakness has caused some concern. If this will strengthen me, there is no need to ask permission. I look forward to it. He stressed his point by emptying his drink. He didn't seem too resigned about this. Rather, he was showing his resolve in his own way. Like it was natural to accept this, whether he liked it or not. Whether or not he liked it. I gave him an approving nod as I refilled his glass.
Name, Geld. EP, 2,378,749. Race, Boar God, High-Level Chaos Elemental. Earth Soul Boar, Protection, Rimur's Protection. Title, Barrier Lord. Magic, Recovery Magic. Ability. Ultimate gift. Beelzebub, Lord of Gluttony. Tolerances. Cancel pain. Cancel ailments. Resist natural elements. Resist melee attack. Resist spiritual attack. Resist chaos magic.
The moment Gale accepted my offer, Seal swooped into action, going crazy without waiting another moment. Geld had obtained the ultimate skill Beelzebub, which included a wide variety of abilities: Hasten Thought, Magic Sense, Lore's Ambition, Ultra Speed Regeneration, Preterization, Stomach, Predation, damn it, I knew that was going to be the one. Stomach, Isolate, Demand Provide, Rot, Iron Will, Grant Protection, Stand-In, Control Space, Multi-Layer Barrier, Keen Smell, and Armorize Body. It was a slight inferior version of my Beelzebub, with a lot of other stuff thrown in. Using Grant Protection on his troops would provide a full layer of defense for them, and Geld himself could use Iron Wall and Stand In to take damage in place of his companions. Rot was both offense and defense. It wasn't just a straight up wall, but could put up a much anticipated could put up a much appreciated attack as well. Prefect for
Perfect.
Perfect.
perfect for someone
Not
as
afford.
defense orientated as Geld, and I was sure he'd master it shortly. What's worth noting here is that Geld himself is an amazing fighter. It's definitely not just his skills at work. His armor was now god class, practically a part of his physical body. It worked the same as the clothes on demons, summonable whenever he wielded it. His meat cleaver was similar as well. He could create a new one whenever it broke, and the next time he had Kurobe work on it, it stayed in that condition whenever summoned. It honestly felt like cheating a little.
A little.
Just a smidge. Either way, Geld's EP went up with this gear on, but his core stats were just fine as well. With Beelzebub now in the picture, his strength could easily overwhelm Soe or Gabiru. He should be able to hold his own against those three mystic. Wait, is this the three mystic leaders, right? I'm trying to make sure I'm not doing like the
It's
three
not the
musketeers or whatever.
It's not the
Three
Beast
Musketeers.
I every time I see that, I'm like, oh god,
No,
am I gonna fuck that up?
No,
Mystic Tears.
the Mystic
Mystic
Leaders
Te-
is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he should be able to hold his own even against those three mystic leaders, or stall for time at least. Defeating Geld when he was 100% devoted to defense would be tough without one serious attack. Now I can rely you even more than ever, huh? I'm glad to
Try
hear
that sentence again.
Now I can rely on you even. Yeah, oh, I see it. Now I can rely on you more than ever, huh? I'm glad to hear that. I swear to you, I'll exert myself as best as I can as much as I can to protect everyone. We smiled at each other. He'd be an integral part of my scheme for a while to come.
Integral or integral? Both of those are acceptable.
Oh yeah,
All right. I'm going to take over from here.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no way you'd get to the next set of dots in 5 minutes.
Okay.
And technically you've been going for about 13, so that's close enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I was at my private residence in my usual chambers, thinking over the interviews I had planned for tomorrow. I didn't begin this day's round until evening, so I only got to 5 people. We were all busy at the moment, so I couldn't devote whole days to this. We had 9 out of the 12 lordly guardians to go, not to mention a few people I hoped to talk to. At the very least, Dr. Seal wanted an audience with Apito. I guess it was eager to tinker with her skills too. I wasn't sure if being so devoted to its own desires was such a good thing, but I couldn't deny that it'd probably help us all out. There was no reason to say no, so I'd be pretty occupied tomorrow. Seal wanted to do the same with Shuna, so we arranged for that. I told Diablo and Shion that I'd see them later, so hopefully I could be efficient with things the next day. Okay, that was weird. I just heard gunshots going off. That's wonderful.
Mm.
Yep. Masayuki and his friends were a concern of mine, but it sounded like they were kind of caught up in lengthy meetings as well. I received a terse report from them, and honestly, I wasn't sure if I should intervene. Until Masayuki and the Empire officials talked things over, at least, I would merely observe instead of butting in. Of course, I was also having trouble relaxing because Velgrind was still around. Floor 70 was a little hard for most people to set foot in these days. Veldor had quickly fled into his own chambers, too, which made me nervous. She and I hadn't been separate for that long yet. Yet I couldn't help but wonder what kind of experience she was getting down there. But I'd have to wait for her to reach out. In the meantime, I had to do what I was capable of. Suddenly, I felt someone's presence. Ranga was watching me, his head fully popped out from my shadow. Whoa, you scared me! Great to see you woke up, Ranga. I was happy enough that I switched to human form and gave him some scratches on his head and ears. He responded with a happy yet saddened sort of look, ears kept down. What's up, not feeling well? I worried that the evolution had gone awry somehow, but it wasn't that. My master, I fear I have overslept and missed the entire war. He was just moping then.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I'm trying to do Calvin's voice as best I can.
It's been a while.
Oh, is that it? It's no big deal. You say that, master. But thanks to me, Gupta and the others lost their chance to contribute as well, did they not? He was right, but what do you want? If he was right, but what do you want? If he was safely through his evolution, he could kick ass for us later on, and it'll all be good. Gupta and his team were helping serve tables and entertain people at the parties. Nobody voiced a word of complaint about you, Ranga, so don't worry about it. It is deeply touching to hear that from you, my master. With a whine, Ranga extracted... Do what?
Praise Rimuru.
Oh, god damn it. Don't you start that again. Master, did I miss my chew toy? Oh, no, not you too, Rick.
I missed my chance to get a new toy.
Okay, no. He didn't miss it. It's coming up in the anime very soon. We met one of the chew toys today. Or on Friday.
But that already happened in the novel version.
Yeah, exactly. It did. Yeah, volume 7 has already passed. All right. With a whine, Ranga extracted himself fully from my shadow and rubbed up against me. I gave him some more scratches. It was my first chance to experience all his fluff in a while, and I was happy for it. But back to business. Since he's here, let's check him out. Name, Ranga. EP, 4,340,084. Race, God Wolf. High-level Chaos Elemental. Winso Wolf. Protection, Rimuru's protection. Title, Star-Lord. Magic, Wind Soul Magic. Ability, Ultimate Skill, Hastor, Lord of Starwind. Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel natural elements, cancel ailments, resist spiritual attack, resist chaos attack. Oh, Ranga's race went all divine too, huh? And he looked a lot stronger than, say, a local god worshipped by some tiny backwater. This wasn't a problem, was it? I suppose Soe would be treated as a kind of supporting god to Benimaru, but I guess once your EP passes 2 million, you take on divine properties. I couldn't be sure of it, but that's what it felt like. And then there's
Great
a picture of adorable Ranga.
I mean, I just picture Guardians of the
He's
Galaxy
spoofy.
when you said that, and I'm like, which one is he? Is he I Am Ranga? Is he Star-Lord? Or is he the mascot?
We will need to collect more sample data, but it seems like a valid assumption. Right? You become a saint upon reaching 1 million, so maybe 2 million was the magic number for demigodhood? Taking on divinity didn't make you a de facto god, really. You weren't omnipotent or anything, but you'd be seen as a symbol of strength at least. And sheesh, Ranga was past 4 million. That was equivalent to a swordless Benimaru. What a fearsome evolution he'd had. Wow, Ranga, great job. Ha ha ha. It is all thanks to you, my master. He chalked it up to constantly being in the presence of my aura. Staying in my shadow and absorbing all those magicules must have streamlined the evolution one heck of a lot. And look at all the amazing abilities he got out of nowhere. The ultimate skill, Hastor, wound up being scored by Ranga in the end, not Veldora. And if I had to guess, correct, I lent a little bit of a hand. I knew it. It wasn't a gift, so I understood that Ranga had earned it himself, but there was no way Seal didn't offer a helping hand. The ability suited him suited him fine at least, so I had no complaints. The skill included 7 abilities: Hasten Thought, Universal Detect, Lord's Ambition, Dominate Weather, Dominate Sound and Wind, Dominate Space, and Multi-Layer Barrier. Being able to control weather itself said everything you needed to know about how amazing this was, I thought. Truly a skill befitting Ranga. Now my only worry was whether Gupta could make full use out of the guy. Time to send him back into the dungeon with Milim. Yep. It was time to go back to work. I spent the night hanging out and playing with Ranga, but I was feeling just fine. My first visitor was Kumara, and these were her first words after we said hello. I heard you were making adjustments to our skills. Saranga was bragging about it to me earlier. If you have new abilities to provide me, I'd love to have them. She was in her little girl form, looking as cute as possible while wheedling me. Ranga had earned his skill himself, but I guess he was aggrandizing my role in it. I really thought he should be more proud of himself than me, but for reasons I didn't quite understand, Ranga emphasized my involvement in it most of all. It was all Seal, actually, but that was a secret, so I gave Kumar a vague nod. So what now? I'll allow it. I thought I'd say that. I thought I'd say that. Seal had no interest in holding back. I knew, and I hated to leave everything to it. But I knew we still had enemies in this world, and we needed to get as prepared as we could. All right, a lot of it will depend on you, but let's see what we have here. Seal couldn't make the impossible possible, after all. If there wasn't a skill compatible with her, it'd have nothing to provide. Once I made that clear with her, and she agreed to it, I passed the baton over to Seal. Name, Kamara. EP, 1,899,944. I keep wanting to say 1 point something, you know.
Yeah.
1 point something
That's
billion.
fair.
Yeah. Race, Ninetail. High-level Chaos Elemental, Earth Soul Beast. Protection, Reamer's Protection. Title, Chimera Lord. Magic, Earth Soul Magic. Holy shit. Ability, Ultimate Gift, Bahamut, Lord of Fantastic Beasts. Intrinsic skills, Dominate Beast, Unite Beast. Tolerances, cancel melee attack, cancel ailments, resist natural elements, resist spiritual attack, resist chaos attack. It took some time, but we were successful. Kumar obtained the gift Bahamut, Lord of Fantastic Beasts. Lord of Fantastic Beasts. Right, so this includes 6 abilities: Hasten Thought, Universal Detect, Lord's Ambition, Dominate Gravity, Dominate Space, and Multi-Layer Barrier. That let her interact with the planets themselves, giving her control of gravity over a wide range. And Kumara herself had changed races from Nine Head to Nine Tail. It sounded kind of like a downgrade, but it wasn't. She previously held sway over 8 magical beasts, but now there was only 1 head controlling them. She held complete command over the menagerie. As before, 8 out of her 9 tails contained the will of a beast, so Kumara could also order them to act freely as well. Once she did, they could separate from her. Each of them had an EP count of around 200,000. But Kumara still kept her count at more than 1 million afterward. This wasn't a miscalculation. It just kind of worked that way. They were more than doubling their EP once they separated from her, which was clearly a pretty beefy upgrade. Kumara's new race didn't have divine elements to it, but her EP was close to 2 million, with no extra gear. So I bet she could make the leap before too long. Her element was earth like Geld, and she was a half-spiritual earth soul beast, so gravity was a good match for her. Looking solely at her stats, Kumara, when combined with all her beasts, was close to the upper echelon of the 12 lordly guardians. Sadly, however, she continued to lack experience. Soe would still beat her, but maybe she stood a chance against Adelman or Gabiru. She clearly had some disturbing potential, though, making her one of our best prospects. She was still young, after all. Let's see how she grows. My next visitors were Apito and Zejion.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there we go. Arriving as a pair, Apito came into my chamber first, leaving Zejion waiting in the hallway. I didn't mind having both of them in at once, but they were all about sticking to the one-on-one interview script, so I respected Zejion's wishes. Yep. The moment we were seated, Apito gave me a small gift-wrap box. I have some freshly harvested honey for you, Sir Rimuru. Oh, how kind, thanks. I smiled warmly. Her honey was a panacea, and even better, it tasted astonishingly good. The way I had immediately brought Milim under my thumb was just one taste of how a famous story among my companions. Real popular stuff. I was laughing heartily over the memory as I put the box in my pocket. I can't be bought with a bribe, mind you, but I did want to pay Apito back for the favor. Speaking of Apito, here was her current status. Name, Apito, EP, 775,537. Race, Star Wasp, mid-level Chaos Elemental. Windsoul Wasp. Protection, Zejion's Protection. Title, Insect Queen. Ability, Unique Skill, Motherly Queen. Tolerances, cancel pain, resist melee attack, resist natural elements, resist ailments, resist spiritual attack. If you asked a typical adventurer to take down a bug like this, they'd think you were stark raving mad. Well, yeah, no, I gotta agree with that. Apito's on-the-field strength was well beyond that of the old-school demon lords. She couldn't quite reach the special S ranking we defined here in Tempest, but she seemed stronger than the pseudo-awakened claimant I saw. What's more, Apito claimed that Motherly Queen allowed her to give birth to a total of 9 insectors. They were still in pupa form at the moment, but it looked like they'd be pretty powerful magic born once they matured. Well, we should hold a celebration for them then. I would be happy to attend. And I hope you will bestow names upon them all. Them as well. Names, huh? Here goes Rimuru naming strays. Back at it again. All right.
Strays at this point, though?
I tried to change the subject, not wanting to commit myself to anything yet. A name could be a dangerous thing for me to give. That will not prove a problem. I have gained the ability to fully control the procedure with no danger to you. You gained it? Well, I guess that was how it worked with Charis, so whatever. I was hoping to avoid having to name him 9 at once, but if that's the way it is... Okay, how about 01, Reiji, Remy, Rayon, Rego, Remu, Reina, Repa, and Reku. Alright, the pun here is that R-E, Re, is 0 in Japanese.
Oh, that.
Yep. So it's all... Yeah. So the first one is technically Reiichi.
Oh.
Reiichi? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Reiichi. Yeah.
Okay. Reiichi. Alright. Please don't accuse me of laziness here. I knew this was little more than starting with Rei, then going down the Japanese names of numbers. But... 1, Iji, Mi, Yon, Go, Mu, Na, Pa,
Yeah.
Ku. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's literally just, yeah. All right. 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 010.
Good.
Yeah. Anyway. But she'd have to be satisfied with that. I didn't even know what gender they'd be yet. Once they were born, I'd pass out the names as appropriate, I suppose. Goodness! My children can feel the affection you have for them already. They're all delighted. They are? Yes, of course. My children and I are linked in our minds by powerful bonds. This was Dominate Insect in action, the skill that let Apito give orders to the children she produced, and and the speed of these transmissions was apparently instantaneous. Unlike the more general-purpose thought communication, the links also made it clear who was giving the orders and who was taking them. That sounded neat to me, but Seal had been griping at me a lot the past few moments. What was it up to? How upsetting! All I'm asking for is permission to run the ability adjust. You guessed it, Seal was itching to dive into Apito's skill set, too. I was sure it could just do it anyway without my or Apito's permission, though. If I was connected to someone via Soul Corridor, I kept the right as leader, after all. But this wasn't some kind of urgent crisis. We were at peace, and Dr. Seal was kind enough not to act out of line without my okay. Apito was also in Zegian's family line, which made me more of a distant relation by comparison. I figured getting her position would make getting her permission, I would say would be the correct word here, would make things easier given our weaker link. So, knowing full well what the answer would be, I posed the question. By the way, Apito, if you're interested, I'd like to readjust the future direction of your skills. But what do you think? How do you mean? Well, I was told that, I could see that your skill set has the potential to be further evolved. You could become a commander type, leading the insects as you do now, and directing your clan in battle, or you could become a champion type, leading them yourself into the fray. The difference between the two is simply that you can continue spawning new follower insects as a commander, but not as a champion. On the other hand, being a champion would boost your physical abilities, and your skills would be geared more toward battle as well. I parroted out everything Dr. Seal had told me. That's when I realized why Seal didn't just do it. There were two distinct possibilities to choose from, and Apito had the choice. If it wasn't her call, her skills would never unlock their full potential. That, I added, and you have the option to stay as you are, of course. If I choose champion type, Apito immediately responded, that means I would never bear children again? Does it? The birth insect ability of Motherly Queen would be lost, but her non-skill-based reproductive ability would be retained. She could still give birth to successors. No, I think you'd be able to still have kids like normal. You'd just have to do it the traditional no-skill way. I see. In that case, I have nothing to worry about. My children have obtained birth kinfolk skill, so as queen of my army, I can have them create as many troops as I desire. Ah, so Apito's already given part of her skills to her kin. In that case, therefore, I think I would like to stand on the front lines myself. She made exactly the declaration I thought she would, and Seal, eagerly awaiting the moment, sprang into action. Apito's ability adjust is successful. Her unique skill, Motherly Queen, is being evolved into the ultimate skill, Persephone. Is that supposed to be Persephone or no? Prosperine.
No,
Prosperine. Proserpine. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm looking up.
Yeah, almost like serpent, but then
I'm looking at it right now.
peen, or pond.
It was
So it's
over in a
basically-
moment. The whole thing didn't take a second. I guess Seal had everything analyzed in advance. Okay, it's fine now. Now your job's to check over everything and make sure you can use it to the hilt. The ultimate skill, Prosperpine, featured abilities like Hasten Thought, Magic Sense, Keen Sense, Dominate Insect, Army Command, Ultra Speed Action, Lethal Attack, Control Space, and Multi-Layer Barrier. These were just boosted versions of powers she already had, but I was sure Apito was comfortable with them. I was sure she trained all of them without my ordering her to, but I gave her that piece of advice anyway. I am filled with elation and gratitude. With this sheer joy in my heart, I may once again declare my exclusive loyalty to you, Sir Rimuru. Apito kneeled on the ground. I gave her the most fatherly nod I could, and our interview came to a close. And that...
So it is actually the Roman version of the name Persephone, so I believe it would be pronounced Proserpine.
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 So-
Proserpine, Roman.
That's
That's
the
where we're gonna stop for this week. By the way, we will pick up
Interesting.
next week with Shim reading for Zegian's turn. And guys, here's the thing I want you all to understand. These guys, everybody seemed pretty powerful so far, right?
yeah.
Is
You
that
wanna
even
know-
gonna get even bigger?
With the exception of Veldora and Rimuru, does anyone want to take a guess as to who has the most power?
Probably. Wait, between who?
Of all of the people that Rimuru's gonna meet, including the demons, including the demon peers, who do you think
Yeah.
has the highest E EP?
Zegian. My guess.
Hmm.
He's probably ridiculously high.
Okay.
If he's not the highest, but-
Zegian is 4.9. No. Benimaru has him beat.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
They haven't really had to talk or fight all that much, so I don't know. EP's kind of confusing a little bit to me.
It is a little bit confusing.
So, because it's like,
I think of EP as kind of like experience points.
Well, it's
Or like your
It's
overall
essence
battle
points.
points. Like with your
Yeah,
equipment
it's your
and
battle
everything
points.
factoring in.
it's
yeah,
your battle points.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other guesses?
Hold on.
Eon?
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this one because it's just funny. Diablo, 6,666,666.
It'd be
That's
either
pretty
Diablo or
respectable.
Shion for
I was
me.
kind of hoping it wasn't Diablo.
It's
if
not
only
Diablo.
because I think
It's
it
not
would be
Diablo.
it's
hilarious.
Gobta.
It's not Diablo.
900
Diablo.
billion.
It's not Diablo. If we
God,
take
you're
the
right.
True Dragons and Rimuru out of the equation, the strongest person is not
Is
Diablo.
he gonna interview Masayuki by
Okay, okay,
chance?
good.
I don't know why he would, but shot in the dark.
I'm just gonna say Shuna.
It's not.
That would be really funny if it was Shuda.
It would
That
be.
would.
I don't
That
think
would
Shuna's
explain
on
how
the
she
list.
could tame her.
All
brother.
right, here's who's on the
Wait,
list.
do
Just
y'all mean Shuna or Shion?
all right.
I did Shion.
Guys, here just for reference, Clayman was 361,424 at normal, and then after his pseudo awakening, he was 788,842. That's the reference line that we have right there.
I see.
Okay, Rimuru Tempest without his sword, 8,686,123. The sword
Checks
gives
out.
him a 2.28 million advantage, so he's over 10 million.
Yeah, that checks out. He's
Who's
pretty
beating
fucking
10
Now
strong.
we've
million,
gone,
though, then?
we've gone with Benimaru,
Oh,
who
no.
checks in before his sword at 4.3, but his sword is 1.1, so that puts him at 5.4. So at 1.2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Shion, 4.2, without her sword. With her sword, 1.08, which puts her at 5.3. So just 100,000 under Benimaru.
Mm.
Gabiru, 1.2. Kumara, 1.8.
Million?
Yeah,
That was close.
yeah. Zegian, 4.9 million.
Without a weapon?
Without, he doesn't have weapons. He fights hand to
He
hand.
doesn't need to. Yeah.
Oh,
Adelman-
so he doesn't.
He's
Okay.
armor man.
Adelman,
Yep.
877,366.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Testarossa. Now we're getting into the crazy shit.
Mm.
3.3 million.
Yes.
Ultima, 2.6 million. You heard Diablo, right? Diablo's not
Yep.
the strongest demon.
6. Yeah.
6.
Now,
But not
with-
Diablo's the strongest.
without her gun, Carrera, 7.013 million. With
Wow.
her gun, 3.37 million. She
Wow.
is the only one equal in experience to Rimuru. Now,
That's.
here's where the jaw-dropping shit hits. Veldora Tempest. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
88.1 million.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Oh. He's only just.
Okay.
88,126,579.
He's just.
For all
fucking
that,
Velgrin.
Rimuru is only an eighth of Veldora.
Here's the thing.
That's
His
wild.
his sister, Velgrind, 74 million.
Yep.
What?
That's a lot.
And Rimuru ate that.
Give a massive indigestion after that.
Now, here's the thing. It's not, you gotta understand, Veldora is actually the strongest dragon. He just doesn't know how to use his shit properly because he's such an idiot.
That's
Sounds about
So
right.
his
But hey,
oldest
he's receiving
sister-
training through manga.
His oldest sister, who literally one-shots his dumbass every time, is only 80 million.
wait. What about?
He is 8 million higher than her.
Oh, okay. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
And he
I mean,
is,
at that
and
point,
he
it
is
doesn't seem like it
literally
really matters.
14 million. He's 14 million above his sister Velgrin, who Rimuru ate recently. So it's crazy. It does get
And who
crazier.
kind of at least
Oh, I'm
fought to a
sure.
standstill, if I
Now,
remember
keep
correctly.
in mind, guys, that we're just reading off the essence points. The skills that they have is what is insane. Like what
Yeah.
Dr. Seal did for them is insane. And guys, we're not just getting all right. So the next one up is Zegian. Then after Zegian, okay, after Zegian, we're gonna get so we're still working on Zegian. We're talking a little bit about Zegian versus. Oh boy, here we go. Then after Zegian, we get Adelman. And of course,
Oh.
Adelman doesn't just come alone. He also gets Alberto. By the way, Alberto, 682,693 by himself. If you add his spiritual sword, that's an extra 600,000. So my boy Adelman, or my boy Alberto, is 1.2 million
That's
when he
That's
adds
respectable.
his god level sword. Venti, the Gehenna dragon,
Mm-hmm.
984,124. And then after that, we get Shion. And then once Shion has gone through, that's when Diablo shows up with the others. I love this picture of all of them showing up because you've got them kind of bickering with each other on this page. So they're kind of all like,
Squabbling.
yeah. So it's
Squatting up.
it's a few pages away, but yeah,
We'll get there.
literally, I think they were fighting because their clothes are still in tatters,
Interesting.
or at least two of them. Ultima and Carrera, theirs are in tatters. But yeah, so the EP stuff is insane, and you got to think about this, guys. Everybody they're talked to easily outclasses everything that Clayman was able to pull off.
Mm-hmm.
This is insane.
And it already was pretty
I
insane.
gotta imagine
Mhm.
Guy and some of the others are going to show up again and just like, oh hi Rimu, why does everything feel different?
It's like, why do you have 12
Why is
demon lords here in your own? Why do you have 12 awakened demon lord levels here? Yeah. When Guy shows up, it's gonna be funny.
Someone walks in with a
And
scouter and
please,
just like,
please understand.
Guys.
Please understand who's on the cover, and then when I open it up, and I unfold the thing, you get Guy, Rain, and Misery. Which, by the way, Rain and Misery is the funniest fucking thing that I have read in Volume 18. Instead of, like, having a fight, they just go and start bitching about, like, how Guy treats them. And, like, how fucking cold it is. And all sorts of shit. So, literally, they sit down with two fallen angels and two fucking primal demons just sit in an igloo drinking it around a campfire, drinking hot drinks, and just bitching about how
Coco.
shitty they have it.
No, this fucking sucks, man.
With the exception of, because I don't think we've made it there. There's one other caveat that's done where Misery is complimenting the shit out of somebody, and it is not Guy.
Mm.
Doing nothing but singing that particular thing's praises.
is it Soe?
No, it's not.
Thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He the thing. He's a man.
Is it
I
is it
can't tell
Gokta?
you. I can't tell you. No. I can't
Is
tell
it-
you who. I can't tell you who
You
it is.
can't ruin the surprise.
Yeah, I can't ruin the surprise. You'll just have to get volume 18 and read for yourself.
Aw.
Yeah.
It is out, so
It is out. Yeah, it's out now. It's really good. But yeah, 17 and 18 are out. I will say this: you're gonna hate it. I'm so glad we're taking a break because
it's a lot.
Well, no, it's because it's one of those books that it's like the beginning of it is the aftermath of everything that happens at the end of this book. It's the aftermath of like all of this, and then the next third of it is all set up, and then the final third is okay, shit's finally getting started, and just as it's getting like good and WTF, that's where the volume ends.
Of course.
Oh.
Of course. So you might just wait until 19 to read 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so 19
This is why
doesn't
binge
come out.
watching's so much better.
I'm
You
so
can
mad
binge read.
because 19 doesn't come out until August.
Oh, yeah, we got a
Yeah.
long way for that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's why I'm like I'm so glad that once we get done with this, we're moving on to Mushoku Tensei, because hopefully by the
About
time we
that
get
too.
done with Mushoku Tensei, we will not be waiting anymore on slime stuff. We'll have plenty of slime stuff to
Oh,
go
definitely.
through. Yeah. Speaking of which, the new episode of Mushoku Tensei was really, really, really good, and I love how many content creators out there that do reactions to Mushoku Tensei saw the title for the next episode and were like, oh no, fuck.
Oh shit.
But somebody straight up said, okay, so after the next episode, I can watch the opening, right? Because now it's not spoilers. And I'm just like, no.
Oh, so there's
you
even
don't
worse
watch the
things
opening.
happen.
You do not watch the opening from Mushoku Tensei until the season is on its last episode. That is the mark.
And I hate it when they do that.
That is the mark, because they put major fucking spoilers in the opening, and I tried to.
I hate it when they do that.
I warned a bunch of people, and then one group was like, "We're gonna watch the opening anyway," and I'm like, "Okay."
No. Sad.
I tried to warn you.
The only opening this season that I think is safe is 100% Kaiju number 8, because they're not telling you jack shit about the story and the visuals. I mean, yes, the song is a banger, but also like that's the issue. There are a lot of really good songs that I've skipped because the opening just like spoil. I'm like, nope.
So it's not like Chainsaw Man where it's like nothing there has to do anything with what happens in the show.
No, it's just kind of all right. If you
It's
haven't
catchy.
watched Kaiju number 8, you watch Kaiju number 8. It's so
I
good.
heard it's good.
It is so
I need to
good.
watch some more
Dude,
anime.
after episode 4, I literally jumped on the Shonen Jump app and started reading the entire fucking manga.
That's cool.
I'm glad you finally joined me.
Oh no, I'm pissed because I found out you can
Confused.
only read 100 chapters a day on Viz Shonen Manga app. So I had to
Mm.
jump over to Manga Plus and continue reading from there. So I'm
You
like,
just
man, I'm
waited
so
till the
glad I
next
pay
day?
for all this. No, because the next day I literally had to read all. Like, here's the thing. Today, I had to wait until this morning until I could read all the Shonen Jump shit that I normally read weekly that came out yesterday because it was locked for 16 hours.
Oh, okay.
I was mad about that. I'm like, guys, I am paying y'all money. Why are you locking me out after 100 chapters?
Take my money.
I pay for this.
Take my
Give
money.
me.
Let me do the thing.
Yeah, I pay for this. You give me. Anyway.
Give it to
Give
me.
you.
Shut up
Yep.
and take my money.
Shut up and take
Yeah.
my money. Don't say the M word. Oh, no. All right.
N-word.
The M.
M.
Oh, Mushoku Tensei.
No. It was
Monster?
we'll find out in a second. Finishing streaming. All right. And that being it, thank you guys so much for coming by and hanging out with us. I'm
Yeah,
Richie
thank you.
Roberts. That is Shem Shem. That is Moon Moon. That is Sonic Speedstar. And Fenris Arun.
Mm.
Okay, so here, quick plugs. Moon is in our solo leveling abridged. Can't wait for that to come out. He's fucking killing it in that. He does a good job. Sonic has Data Live or Data Live, however you want to pronounce it. That's coming
Data
out
Bridged.
soon. Data Bridged. Shim is playing the coveted role of farmer.
Yep.
Not with a shotgun.
It's a good
Hey,
line.
We're not arming that man.
Here's
That's
my
too
thing.
dangerous.
Here's my thing. If you've
It ain't
ever
much,
wanted to
but
hear,
it's an honest living.
yeah, if you ever wanted to hear, if you ever wanted Shim to do a thick country accent, that's kind of what we're making him do for Konosuba.
Against my will.
Oh, I wish I could have put in a
Gun
freaking.
to his head.
Yeah,
I'll do
and
it for that.
lastly,
Yep.
Fenris. Fenris, of course, will be working on some funny shit for me and Konosuba as well. You are playing the role of Gary. And no,
Gary.
we will not save your family.
Oh.
I certainly won't.
Sonic is gonna be Stan. Dude, the best part, I literally have Ray and Fel doing the guys in the crowd. You know the two guys in the crowd that are talking about pegging?
Yep.
Yeah, them.
Rad.
Them. I have no.
I get to
like,
tell-
I
I
love.
get to
I
shut
love
the
that
fuck
there's
up about pegging.
absolutely no context. I love that there's absolutely no fucking context for this. We're like, yeah, it's Konosuba abridged. Oh yeah, we're talking about pegging. And they're like,
Good.
okay. And I'm like, yeah. See, they're like, how do you
Yeah,
abridge and abridge? You guys just go way more degenerate. You just go way more degenerate. But yeah, I got some good news. You guys are gonna love some of the stuff that just happened. That's basically it. I can't say anything more. We're keeping it hush hush.
You'll have to stay tuned.
You'll
I
yeah, you
want
will.
To say
You
a
really,
thing
really
that would
will.
make a hit, but I know Richie would kill me.
I'm gonna murder you. Also, last but
fun.
not least, we have Panic Baby as our amazing darkness, and one
Yes.
other role that
I
we're
can't
not in,
wait.
that we've already announced. So fun times. It's funny because she sounds like someone, and then we're like, "Damn it."
This is very good and very bad.
Could, potentially. All right. That having been said, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.